A colossal showdown at the Royal Complex, and only one Titan will prevail as the Lion Pride meets the Green Machine. It's going to be a crack-a-lacking affair here at the Dialog School's Rugby Knockouts. Trinity College taking on the Green Machine here at the Royal Complex. And as we start the broadcast, the skies have opened up here at the Royal Complex, and there is a heavy downpour. The stadium's filling up with eager fans wanting to see some crack-a-lacking rugby. Shanaka joining me in the comment box. Shanaka, this is going to be a very heated affair despite the rain starting off the proceedings.
Well, the weather gods did tease us a little while ago, didn't they, Sudarshana? It was hot and humid and bright, but just now, half an hour to kick off, the rains have come down, and you can see the weather card there. 31 degrees is what we expect it to be. Minimum temperature won't be a factor for sure. The wind speed is something that's interesting. We don't know which direction it's going to come from, and 14 kilometers an hour is not an unmistakable wind. It's something that they will have to play for. So who chooses the side today will be an important question as well if the sun comes back out. This is the Trinity College team, and I'd say they were favourites going into this, but given the injuries that Isipathana have had in the semi-final, Sudarshan, I would say they are probably clear favourites going into this game.
Well, one thing about Isipathana College is the fact that they know how to win this trophy. They have been the most successful team when it comes to the competition. They have won it 12 times. They know how to get themselves into winning positions. So that will be something that the Isipathanians will bank on. Trinity, on the other hand, will be happy that the 3 times they won this, they've beaten Isipathana in the final. They will take inspiration from that as we take a look at the Premier Trophy finals, which was conducted between Lumbini College and Ananda College. Ananda, of course, winning that very comfortably last week.
It was a little more close than it appears on the scoreboard. I thought Lumbini did quite well to get close, and this is the Premier Trophy semi-finals, and St. Benedict's playing
the Cambrians, Prince of Wales, 19 points to 10. That was a very, very closely contested affair. Both the teams really impressing, and the President's Trophy semi-final. Trinity College managing to win this one, 29 points to 12 against Zahira College, and the score line does not do any justice to the encounter that we had here at Royal Complex. Shanaka, Zahira really pushed Trinity. It was 12 all at half-time.
Yes, it was not a physical contest, but Zahira did put off some great moves, and I think that kept Trinity on their toes. And that's the second semi-final where Isipathana went into a shock lead, 21 points to 0, but Royal came back strongly in that second half for a nail-biter, Sudarshana.
Yeah, 3 tries scored in that first half by Isipathana College, with a brace coming from Nevid Mewanka, but Royal College really giving them a scare in the second half. This is how the semi-finals and the finals panned out. When it comes to the Chairman's Trophy, Maharagama Central College winning that one, 12 points to 8 against Lalita Adulat Mudali and Ananda College, who are in the top division. They are sending out a big message, winning that final 25 points to 10 against St. Benedict's yesterday at Havelock Park.
They're not a small team either, Sudarshana, so they are a team to look out for in this league season. And then, of course, Trinity playing Zahira in that semi-final we talked about. St. Benedict's playing Prince of Wales in the other semi-final in the Premier Trophy. And, of course, Royal going down to Isipathana, the perennial rivals. And this sets up a wonderful clash between Trinity and Isipathana, the enigmatic side. Isipathana in the last 4 finals in this trophy, Sudarshana, so they have plenty of experience. For the lads from Kandy, it's been a long break. It's been over a decade since they were in this final before, and that was a losing final as well. Last winning this trophy in 2011. Will it be the second time in a long while?
Trinity College commenced their journey on this one in the pre-quarter final against St. Anthony's College, 62 points to 5 with a 9-try victory, and then met the Thomians, 25 points to 15 was the score. Trinity scoring thrice that time, and they booked their place in the final with a victory against Zahira College with a 4-try victory against the Zahirians. Isipathana, on the other hand, met Sri Sumangala College with a runaway victory of 61 points to nil. Isipathana booked their place in the semi-finals, quarter-finals rather, where they met Wesley College. That was a very difficult game for Isipathana as Wesley went into the lead 10 points to nil, but what a comeback it was. 10 points to 24, 4-try victory for Isipathana, and then in that semi-final 24-17, despite that last minute scare from Royal College, Isipathana booking their spot in the final. And like Shanika mentioned, it's going to be something very, very useful for Isipathana since they've been here 3 times before. Last time they are the defending champions, remember. Despite all that injury concerns that they may have, they are the team to beat in this final. People may consider Trinity as the favourites with how they have been playing, but experience when it comes to knockout final rugby matters a lot, Shanika.
And that's the exact same position they found themselves in last year as well, Sudarshana. St. Peters were the overwhelming favourites going into that final at the Sukadadasa Stadium. But coming back and managing to win that game also in difficult conditions. There was rain that day as well, if I remember right. So it might be second time lucky. It might be a bit of a pattern. Green jersey supporters certainly will be wanting that same thing to repeat themselves. We'll be back after the break.
Park Avenue, long-lasting fragrance, unshakable confidence.
Keep sweating. Keep pushing the limits. Keep stepping up your game. Keep shining. Keep rising. No matter what your fitness goal is, we are always there by you, with you. Iodex. Get. Spray. Go.
රුපියල් 50 වැලිබන් සේවරි පොඩ්ඩෝ එක්ක මැච් එකට සෙට් වෙන්න.
Park Avenue, long-lasting fragrance, unshakable confidence.
ලස්සන පල්ලෝකේ කොත්තුමි සරවිහිතේ හික්කට සිත බැන්දාමාගේ ෆයිනල් ෆැෂන් දපේ හික්ටක බදේ වටේ හොට ස්පයිසි ගස් මාතේ රසේ ප්‍රීමා කොත්තුමි ෆාම් තමයි.
Radials. The road is yours.
Vihilu neme Tokyo super ඕන වැඩකට super.
ඉන්ජෙක්ෂන් එක.
බයද? ඒවටත් බෙහෙත් අපි ළඟ තියෙනවා. ඉඳගන්න.
උස්වත්ත පවුලින් හඳුන්වා දෙන රස ඇබ්බැහිය චර්පි චිප්ස් රිදෙන්න දැනෙන රස.
තව ඉන්ජෙක්ෂන් එකක් ගහමුද?
Are you okay?
Whose fault is this? Looks like someone didn't use Tokyo Superbond for tiling. Tokyo Superbond. Do it right the first time.
Creamy richness redefined. Smooth, soft, spreadable. Introducing Fondre with canola and sunflower oil.
එක පැත්තකින් වාගෙනදී තව පැත්තකින් මතුවෙනවා. මේ ටයිල් එක බෑ. දෙක තුනක් කැඩිලත් එක්ක. තමරි අක්කා.
ජීවිත කාලය පුරාම අල්ලන් ඉන්න නම් ටයිල් අල්ලන්න ඕන ස්විස් ටෙක් ටයිල් ඇඩිසිව්.
ස්විස් ටෙක් ටයිල් ඇඩිසිව් අල්ලන්න හොඳම කෙනා.
දවසම රිෆ්‍රෙෂ් වෙන්න ට්‍රේන් එකට go.
Night Go Pocket Perfume. Youth එකට go එකක්.
කොහෙන් හරි කමන්නේ ෆොටෝ එක තිබ්බනම් මට මේ බිත්තියේ කැත වහගන්න තිබ්බා.
චමරි අක්කා.
පිත්තියට ස්විස්ටේ ස්කිම් කෝඩ් ගාලා ෆිනිෂ් කළා නම් ඔය ප්‍රශ්න මුකුත් නැහැ.
ස්විස්ටෙක් ස්කිම් කෝට් ෆිනිෂ් එකට හොඳම කෙනා.
Welcome back to coverage of this grand final between Trinity and Isipathana live from the Royal College Sports Complex. It's filling up here. The capacity crowd is expected and the crowd is very much rolling in as we bring these pictures to you. The grandstand pretty much packed already, and of course the Sky Pavilion is filling up as we speak. So we have red and we have green, and it's going to be an absolute tumult of color regardless of whoever wins. And these are the knockout tournament champions in the last maybe 10 years. And Isipathana College features only once, which is it's from 1978. So it's about how many times they've won. And Isipathana right on top of that table, of course. 14 times they've won this championship. The last time in 2024. St. Peter's have caught up in the last few years, and they've won it 8 times, the last one being 2 years ago. St. Thomas's have won 6 titles. 2009 was a lifetime ago, but they actually won as well as 6 titles. And Kingswood 2005, Fazil Marija's glorious team took them to 2 titles previously, and in 2005 was the last one that they won, 4 of them. And Trinity will be looking to add a 4th today. 2011 under Murad Ramzin was their last win in this competition. Royal College 2002, but that's probably because Royal College usually haven't played this trophy in a long time, and they usually take a break for the knockouts. St. Joseph's won once in 2017, Thurston in 1998, Wesley College in 2013. That was the last time Trinity featured in a final, and Science College under Lasindu Ishan Karunatilaka as well. A glorious day in 2015.
Interesting table there. Isipathana, 14 wins. And this is how the last 10 years have panned out. Wesley College in 2013 and Isipathana College. Take a look at that. 4 times in the last 10 years, with the Peterites being the closest contender to Isipathana. Lone victories for Science College. Their most glorious moment in 2015 coming under the captainship of Lasindu Ishan Karunatilaka, and St. Joseph's winning that knockout title in 2017. And again, Isipathana College being in 29 finals since 1974 really tells you a story of the Green Machine's domination in this competition, Chanaka.
What that statistic also doesn't tell us, though, Sudarshana, is in the past 10 years, final for 4 of those years consecutively. So this will be a real experience factor that comes to play. Trinity College probably haven't been in these big time finals for long enough for any of these players to remember, but for the Isipathana side, their juniors would have been in and around the squad that have been in a finals. They know what the preparation is all about. So even though the past 10 winners show Isipathana only 4 times, they also show them 4 times in consecutive finals.
Results so far, like we mentioned, 62 points to 5 runaway wins for Trinity, and also 61 points to 0 runaway win for Isipathana in that pre-quarter final against St. Anthony's College and Sri Sumangala College, Kandy respectively. And in the quarter final, Thomians ran Trinity hard, 24-15 win, and also it was not easy going for Isipathana against Wesley College, 10 points to 24, them winning that one. Semi-finals were even more closer. Trinity College 12-all against Zahira College in that end of that first half, but winning that game 29 points to 12, and Royal College 17 points to 24 gave Isipathana a massive scare in the last minutes of the game.
Well, interesting these pre-quarterfinal, quarterfinal and semi-final results, Sudarshana, because St. Thomas's really ran Trinity College close, but they didn't have a lot of competition in the pre-quarters, and in the semi-final you would have to argue that they had the easier passage than Isipathana did. Isipathana really up against it against Royal College, and that blitz of tries in the first half, in the first 20 minutes, that's what took them home in the end, because Royal College outscored them 17 points to 3 in the latter half of that game. And of course Wesley as well, it was a game that was built to be a fast, exciting game. It certainly was, but Isipathana just did enough to make sure they held off. But what has been a problem for Isipathana is their last maybe 20 minutes of a game, Sudarshana. That's something that Trinity College, Fazil Marija would have cottoned on to.
Yes, that's something they have really would have taken a look at, as we now take a look at how the league standings. So the league groups are going to be very, very interesting. Although we are now looking at this all-important final. People will be having their eyes focused on the league, which will commence in a couple of weeks. Group A, St. Peter's, DSRK College, Wesley College, Science College, Antonians and Anand College. Group B, Isipathana, St. Thomas's, Zahira, Dharmaraj College, Kingswood College and Mahanama College. And in Group C, you have Royal College, Trinity College, Vidyartha, St. Joseph's, Sri Sumangala and Thurston. Lining up very interesting three groups, Shanaka, that's going to be paving way for a very, very interesting league.
Certainly is, and we've had a bit of a taste, haven't we, given that we've seen all these teams in action in this knockout trophy. As we see the flags lined up on what has turned out again to be a glorious day. I think it's going to be a bit of a bipolar day in that sense, Sudarshan. The clouds over the horizon, we can see it from our commentary position. It's bright and sunny now, but of course the clouds are rolling in over the horizon, so it may be one of those games where we have a bit of a stop and start in the weather patterns. We'll be back after the break.
Now Rexona Sports Defense 72 hours order protection samagin pirimin sadahamai.
Park Avenue, long-lasting fragrance, unshakable confidence.
වතුරත් ලීක් වෙලා ස්ලැබ් එකත් ඉවරයි. බලන්නකො දැන් සාලේ කැත. චමරි.
ස්විස්ටෙක් ඇක්වාෂීල්ඩ් 2K waterproof දැම්මනම් වතුර කාන්දු වෙන්නෙත් නෑ. හිතටත් නිදහස්.
ස්විස්ටෙක් ඇක්වාෂීල්ඩ් 2K waterproofer සීල් කරන්න හොඳම කෙනා.
හරි. ඉන්ජෙක්ෂන් එක.
බයද? ඒවටත් බෙහෙත් අපි ළඟ තියෙනවා. ඉඳගන්න.
උස්වත්ත පවුලින් හඳුන්වා දෙන රස ඇබ්බැහිය චර්පි චිප්ස් රිදෙන්න දැනෙන රස තව ඉන්ජෙක්ෂන් එකක් ගහමුද සරටම එන්ජොයි කරන්න පාටි එකට ගෝ
Black Night Go Pocket Perfume Youth එකට go එකක්.
Our forests come in many forms. They can be up in the hills or down in the plains, fed by the rain or sculpted by the sun. Our forests are deeply rooted in us. They are a living inspiration.
Bring that inspiration home. Lanka Tiles. Fine living. Redefined.
Now Rexona Sports Defense 72 hours order protection samagin pirimin sadahamai.
Maliban lemon puff puff, lemon puff, Maliban lemon puff. Hamasitakma pipide, rasa lemon rasa ye. Jeevithayama mihirai. Maliban lemon puff puff, lemon puff, Maliban lemon puff, Maliban lemon puff. Chilven lemon.
Park Avenue, long-lasting fragrance, unshakable confidence.
As the pioneer in Sri Lanka's bottled water industry, American Water has set the standard for over 3 decades to help you stay hydrated wherever you may roam, to provide healthy hydration for your whole home, and to nourish your growing family. With island-wide distribution, we've reached the homes and hearts of every Sri Lankan, ensuring healthy hydration for all. For over 30 years, we've brought the Earth's bounty directly to you, wherever you are, whatever your needs.
Seat Car Radials. The road is yours.
Now Rexona Sports Defense 72 hours order protection samagin pirimin sadahamai.
හරි ඉන්ජෙක්ෂන් එක
බයද? ඒවටත් බෙහෙත් අපි ළඟ තියෙනවා. ඉඳගන්න.
Well, the players have taken the field as we come back live to you here at Royal Complex. Loud roars, loud cheers here at the complex as both the teams make their way to the middle. The Warriors, chosen by the Lion Pride and the Green Machine, who will want to make their alma maters proud. The two coaching units will want to make sure that these young men do the right thing, do what they rehearse time and time again, and make sure that they capitalize on any opportunity that comes their way.
Well, it's a momentous, intense occasion early on in the season. We're used to seeing these occasions after the season is over, after the league season is done and dusted. But things have reversed this time around, and will this intensity be something that will G up the league season? That's what they're all playing for. Isipathana have had their hands on it last year, and will they have their hands on it this year as well? They've been hit by a few injury concerns, they've been hit by a few illness concerns as well, but that won't matter to this Green Machine under Trinity because they live for finals, they live in finals, and they will make sure that it counts. Trinity College, on the other hand, making a long-awaited visit to this final, and is this the year? Since 1987, it's a question that Trinitians have been asking. Is this the year? And it just might be. We'll find out in 70 minutes' time.
Well, what they want to do is to make sure, just like they made Tarinder Rattatte not the last captain to win the Rugby, they will want to make sure that Usman Safras is the skipper that takes that title away from Murad Ramzin to be the last knockout winning skipper. Going to be a very, very interesting one, Sonic, as we have the players being introduced to the dignitaries.
Tinetra Durangada introducing his team to the dignitaries. As you can see, the clouds coming in over the trees. And hopefully it will stay away and not wet the ground too much. The ground looks in beautiful condition at the moment. There are a few concerns with overnight rain and also rain earlier this morning, but the ground looks absolutely fantastic. Gihan Yatavara and Ravin Alexander, along with their assistants. And here's the Trinity College captain, Usman Safras, introducing his team to the chief guest. Trinity College also without Jayasena, who they lost to a concussion in the semi-final against Zahira. So both teams have had their injury worries. Professor Shamal Fernando, Director General of Sport, being introduced to the teams as well. Of course, Dialog sponsors who make all this possible. Part of the presentation party.
Well, also the Schools Rugby Football Association, who have done a yeoman service in making sure that they put this one up. It was an interesting decision that they made, Shanaka, to bring this knockout forward. Like you mentioned, that high intensity finals before the league season brings out something different. All these teams will want to make sure that they have some silverware to start off the all-important league.
Yes, it will be fantastic for them to have a trophy under their belt before they start that league season. It's an interesting format as well. You just play your 5 games and then graduate to play against the big guns. So a lot of new things in this 2025 season, which we will wait and see at the end of the season whether they've been successful or not. I think it's probably too early to tell at the moment, but it's nice to see a knockout tournament where teams are not too affected by injuries. And that's a whole other third team there, isn't it? As part of the presentation party.
It's the presentation party taking the official photograph. Going to be an interesting one. I wonder whether most of the photographers will have a fisheye to take that picture. We did have the Papare production team putting up a 360 camera to capture the haka. Maybe they have that in place here as well to try and capture the entire team.
Will be really interesting. It's a Dialog Schools Knockout Trophy Finals, ladies and gentlemen. Wherever you are joining us in the world, whether it's in Vietnam, whether it's in Australia, whether it's in Canada or the Middle East, wherever you may be, we welcome you to this competition and invite you to join wherever you may be the school songs of both teams.
It's good to see the school ViU, the land of youth and dream, to greet again the rule we knew before we took the stream. Though long we missed the sight of her, our hearts may not forget. We've lost the old delight of her, we keep her honor yet. We will honor yet the school we knew, the best school of all. We will honor yet the rule we knew, till the last bell call. For working days or holidays, and glad or melancholy days, they were great days and jolly days at the best school of all.
And now, ladies and gentlemen, please continue to keep standing for the official school anthem of Isipathana College.
Well, the formalities are done. The crowd has begun the roar, and Isipathana College, the defending champions, from Setum Rajapaksa, Kavin Jasingh, Lahiru Herat, Nevit Mevanka, Navit Tahir in that big second row unit. But their third row, that's the one to watch out for. Sanitha Jayavira, Tinetha Dodangore, the captain, and Shakib Zumri, he's been having an outstanding season so far. Situpa Momet, Trinity Costa, Samiru Das, and Aditya Madhushan coming in. Yuvindu Kodituwako, Nimanta Sandeepa, and Avishka Hiran dropping from number 10 to number 15. Trinity Costa will be the man we entrusted with the fly half duties.
Unchanged forwards for Isipathana College, but like you mentioned, that third row, Jayavira, Dodangoda and Shakib Zumri is going to be absolutely critical for Isipathana's chances. Shakib Zumri, incidentally, is a 5-try scorer in that ranks as well. With Arna Ruwan Patarana, Vijay Sekar, Disanaika, Bismarck, Zumri, Jayavira and Gomes making up the replacements. Not many changes for Trinity College, only Evin Jayasena in that lock position going out. Manusha Silva, Tevin Dikundra comes in for Jayasena, Achita Jayasena, Akash Fernando, Onija Kodituwako, Nisit Kumar Singh, Hamza Uddin and Sharan Satish Kumar, the forwards for Trinity. Udan Vijay will pair up with Abdul Malik, and Amar Mansil comes in for Bilal. with Milla Yaddehege manning the other wing. The centre combination for Trinity College, Usman Safraz alongside Sadisha Veeravansa. Sean Altaf in that number 15 jersey has already gathered up 46 points and 2 tries. Is going to be a very, very crucial man for Trinity. Pereira, Thomas, Tilakaratna, Asiri, Jayasinghe, Premachanda, Nimit, Ambepitiya, Veerakon and Jayasekara, the finishers for Trinity College.
It's going to be a clash of the third rows, Sudarshana. It's going to be outstanding stuff. The 6, 7s and 8s going at each other. Nishit Kumarasinghe, Hamza Abdin has been superb in the loose, and Shrayan Satish Kumar has been such a good ball carrier and defender for Trinity going into this final. So it's going to be Gihan Yatavara, Ravin Alexander, Nipun Amratunga, and of course the TMA who's sitting just not too far away from us, Mr. Anil Jayasinghe.
Gihan Yatavara in his first school's knockout final. He's officiating his 75th A Division rugby encounter, but his first knockout final gets things kicked off.
Kicked off by Isipathana. And well collected that time. It's a looping pass. My goodness, that took forever to come down for Sean Altaf. And he has no option but to pass. Trinity familiarly trying to run it from their 22. They want to put this Isipathana team under a little bit of pressure early on. That's Manusha Silva, who carries. He's a dangerous man with ball in hand, but Udan Vijay uses the box kick to good effect. It sits up nicely, but Avishka Hiran manages to get under it. He's playing with an injury, remember, so he will be a little tentative. Ball going forward. And Vijay Kun again with that second box kick in a row, but this time it's straight into the hands of the waiting fullback. Avishka Hiran is dragged down in a superb tackle from Manusha Silva. The loose head prop doing really well to get there. And that time it's Jayavira Rajapaksa who leaves it behind. And it's available this time for Isipathana to clear. So good passage of play from both teams. Here's Sean Altaf. He made some scintillating runs in both the quarterfinal and the semi-final, and that time he made a good tackle, but the rest of his team were in an offside position.
Trinity College straight away wanted to make sure that they play that territorial game against Isipathana. Isipathana, no slouchers, reading that beautifully, making sure they build on the faces and not hurry.
Well, Avishka Hiran featuring twice in those opening exchanges. No doubt the Trinity College Brains Trust will know that he's playing with an injury. They will want to target him, and he stood up so far. That kick didn't really go the kind of distance that Sean Altaf was expecting, but he times his run well. Ooh, it's a bit of a lift, but luckily the referee had blown his whistle.
Important line out. Dinetro Dorangoda has been absolutely amazing throughout this competition. He has been a real menace for the oppositions when they put their ball in as well. Straight away, no problem.
Well, he's learnt well, hasn't he, from his brother Surya Dorangoda, who's an outstanding line-out jumper. And I think they're coming back for the advantage, or coming back for the penalty. Playing the jumper in the air. Somebody all over the Dorangoda there.
Going to be a challenge. It's going to be a very interesting challenge because Dinetro Dorangoda arguably is the best jumper in the schools league currently, just like his brother was. So the line out, Trinity have dominated in their line outs, but this challenge is going to be an interesting one.
Yes, it's going to be an important one for Hamza Abdin. He's been pretty good in the line outs, but how will he compete with Dorangoda as they take it quickly? Situpa Bomet, always want to go quickly, loves playing his sevens rugby. And this time they don't want Trinity to settle, they don't want to give them too much of a breather. Quick ball for Bomet. Here's a little bit of space opening out on the left-hand flank, and carrying strongly is Yuvindu Kodituakku. Bomet burrowing in after it. It's slow ball. And Shakib Zumru with a lovely little switch on, but the ball is loose and Trinity do well to pounce on it. That was Onija Kodituakku and Udan Vijayakod once again. Long left boot. But this time Isipathana are back and have plenty of time to clear their lines.
Well, Trinity will not complain because they did get territorial advantage, and this is how both teams will look to play the game. But Isipathana, when they get a penalty, you got to be privy to that quick tap, because the 2 tries against Royal College came with that within the first 20 minutes. If you don't settle down in your defense, they will make you pay, and they are no slouches when it comes to running. Shakib Sumri with that massive strapping on his nose, because he had a fracture on his nose, but soldiering up to play through the final.
Well, you'll have to remove all the limbs to prevent these boys from playing in the final. A fracture on the nose or a fracture on the hand is not going to be enough to keep them out of it, as Trinity College drive this one forward. It's taken to ground, but not illegally. But Trinity now need to get this one out of there. Ooh, have they managed to? Yes, they have. Udan Vijay Kun waits. Again with the little box kick, and he puts it well infield, waiting for his chaser, Usman Safraz, who was awaiting it. Nice defense once again. This is what we talked about early season. Trinity's line speed has been outstanding. The slippery ground affecting Bomet there. But Isipathana have it back. And that's a run by Kavin Jayasinghe. Taken back, but they've got a bit of space now. Just trying to get away, Avishka Hiran, but the slippery ground being his undoing. Bomet now needs his fullback cum fly half to get back in position in the pocket. Lovely run by Nevita Mevanka. This time Avishka Hiran opting for the safety of the touchline, but only as far as Amar Manzil. Oh dear, that was Shan Altaf, who will certainly be told what Isipathana thinks about that.
Well, Shan Altaf will know it was no fault of his, but from last week when he played this game here at the Royal Complex, the underfoot conditions are a little different. So your running will have to be measured, and Shan likes to weave his way through defenses. He wouldn't think too much about that. But good open rugby from both the teams, and you got to commend the continuity.
Well, it's been fantastic so far, hasn't it? I think technically both teams have been really sound, and you can take your hat off to the coaching staff for that. In difficult conditions, and you know how it is, Darshana, when it rains just before kickoff, the ground is not wet enough to be a real problem, but it's enough to make the ball slippery. These are the two centers combining. Big lads, Aditya and Yuvindu. Bomet sets himself up for what looks like a little chip kick coming, but it's not a chip, it's a big one. And Shan Altaf will wait for it. Takes it beautifully. And as you expect, will spark something, maybe not in the first 10 minutes, but he will be looking. Let's hear about this one. Let's see how the referees ruled it.
Well, there was a mad clash. A player going for the ball, two players also wanting to go for the ball, clashing with each other, but the player going for the ball did manage to collect that cleanly for Trinity. So it's going to be an interesting decision. Will the referee want to have a word with the TMO to try and see what exactly happened? We will have to wait and see. Amar Mansil, who's gotten the call up for this game, getting himself in there in that situation to try and compete for that ball.
Yet I can hear you.
Anil, metana without the ball tackle එකක් තියෙනවා මට ඒකේ number එක පොඩ්ඩක් අරන් දෙන්නකෝ without the ball tackle එකේ.
There is a foul play. Get me the slow motion replay, please.
Referee Atavara looking for a tackle without the ball. Well, seems like it was Mansil who was at the wrong. Trinity's, beg your pardon.
Looks like it might be Akash Fernando. No, in fact, it's number 13.
Number 13.
Sadisha Veeravansa, who took
yes.
out Bometh.
Number 13.
Well, that's going to be a penalty for Isipathana for sure, but then will referee Atavara want to reach out to his pocket?
I need the number. I want to check
Anil,
the number.
13, ne?
Can watch that one again. It's not that tackle there, and it's Akash Fernando's actions which mean that
Trinity
Manzil,
number 13.
31,
Trinity number 13 is the one who's
Ahmad
taking
Manzil,
out.
who fell over, and it fell over because of that off-the-ball tackle.
There's a yellow card being awarded. That time, Sajid Veeravansa really taking the eyes out the ball, where he did have his teammate going for the ball. If he had waited in support, there could have been a massive gap that would have opened up there.
Certainly would have, especially because Amar Manzil caught that ball brilliantly, and everyone thought the counter-attack was coming on, but just a bit of red mist for Veeravansa there. Just don't understand why players can't control that urge to smash someone before they get the ball. Sudarshan, it's something that you've got to practice.
Number 5, Atulton again.
Here's the throw in by Jayasinghe to Dodangara. Beautifully done at the top of the line out, but once again undercut there. Tevin Udukumbura knew exactly what he was doing, but referee lets it go because Dodangara came down expertly. Trundling it forward, Sethum Rajapaksa, the experienced man. Now a little bit of space. Remember, Trinity one down in their defensive line. Yuvindu is the one who takes a few defenders with him. Here's Sethum Rajapaksa once again. Few kilos on him compared to last year, and that's a nice short ball. Lovely run from the loose head prop, Lahiru Mevnath. Still going. Dragged down nicely in a try-saving tackle there. Isipathana still going. Are they over? They haven't been able to get it down. Ball still very much up there, but referee will come back for the penalty.
Held up inside in goal and penalty in favour of Isipathana. Sethum Rajapaksa that time, and Lahiru Herath did really give Manusha Silva's try a running that time. Shanika, you famously called it one of the best you've seen, a prop run. But what a moment for Isipathana College. Their forwards have been the lads who have been pulling all the weight. Shakib Sumri with 5 tries to his name. Nevit Menavanka with 2 to his. And you have the likes of Sethum Rajapaksa and Sanija Jayavira alongside Tinitra Dulangoda, who can really hurt Trinity.
And here they will be called on once again as Bomet takes it quickly. Shakib Zumri coming back in off the grain, putting his broken nose where the sun doesn't shine. And here's Bomet. They've got space now with the dummy. Lovely short pass, and that's going to be a try. The first blood for Isipathana. One man down in the defensive line was always going to tell. And it was a try ultimately scored by Aditya Madhushan with a lovely short ball coming from Tenona Di Costa.
Brilliant work from Isipathana College, making sure that they capitalize on the mismatch. Trinity were always going to be stretched with one man down. That 10 minutes, how best you manage it is going to dictate terms on this match. The first 20-minute burst from Isipathana in that semi-final proved a little too much for Royals' comeback. Trinity need to make sure they play out of their skin. Their defensive effort is what has brought them here. They need to call upon the best of it now.
Brilliant kick also to put the icing on the cake, and it's a 7-0 lead for Isipathana.
Sandeep adding the 37th point, I beg your pardon. That's Avishka Hiran converting, taking on those duties.
Well, he came off the bench quite a few times at number 10 in the last couple of seasons, but he was deputy to some very good fly halves. Navin Kanishka, he would have been a junior with Navin. And also with Shakib Zumri in the side, he had plenty of really good players to learn from, Avishka Hiran. And he has been trusted with the last line of defense and the kicking duties, despite that injury that he is with. But you have to say that it's a really difficult place to defend in your red zone, Sudarshana. You'd never know whether to shoot up because you've got a man less or hold back because you've got a man less. Altaf made the decision and Isipathana exploited it. Here we go, beautifully taken and really well followed as well. That tackle was superbly timed. It was Nisit Kumarasinghe. And this time Isipathana taking it forward, but holding on is the call.
Brilliant by Trinity, brilliant response. Straight away from the restart, make sure you win position in dangerous area. Put your focus on, get points on board.
So both these teams with plenty to say to each other. Let's watch where the holding on came. Here's Sethum Rajapaksa. There were 3 players and he was a little isolated.
You got to appreciate how both these players came for that jackal. They controlled their body weight, got the hands on the ball, and Rajapaksa that time isolated opportunity. Now for Shan Altaf to open scoring for Trinity.
Altaf makes no mistake.
49 points to his name, this young lad. 2 tries, and he has been showcasing why he's one of the most important cogs in Trinity's wheel. He pulls the strings from that number 15 position, and I think he's enjoying playing at the back, Shanaka, rather than being in that number 10 position.
Got a lot more time, don't you, Sudarshan? You can just watch where everything is, and he's grown into his role from being a tyro to a puppet master. And it's something that Isipathana will have to make sure they don't let him get too comfortable in if they want to take Trinity to the wire in this game. Avishka Hiran, they chase him down, but nice little step once again by the Isipathana backs. Here it is for Jayasinghe. Here's the big second row getting in on the action, Mevnaka. Here's the man who made the break that led up to Isipathana's territorial progression. Herath is another step inside and lovely offload as well. Superb work, Thenori Costa to catch that ball, but he was completely hounded by a pack of Trinity forwards.
Again, brilliant work. They were the tacklers, they had all the right to the ball, locking that in, and this is very good from Trinity. They are man down. They need to make sure they put their A game when it comes to defensive work, and they're doing it right now.
Well, it was the area that we talked about before kickoff that might make a difference, the 2 third rows. And we've seen Trinity really zoning in on that ball carrier. The moment there's a second of daylight, they go in, and that's where it was. Tripped over did Thenori Costa, and there were 3 Trinitians over. And once you paint that picture for the referee, Sudarshan, it doesn't matter who else comes in, you've got the penalty.
Beautifully done by the Trinity forwards, who need to put on a big shift. Remember, Isipathana, very unlikeliest of teams to have a bigger set of forwards than their backs.
Hamza Abdin winning it, but again the wet ball and Trinity's poor handling this entire tournament, letting them down at a crucial moment.
Handling balls have really hurt Trinity. But here's an opportunity. A centre field scrum, Shanaka. Isipathana will be licking their fingers. But something you have to see with the Isipathana top 5 is the fact that they're very large lads. So when it comes to the height going into the scrum, you got to make sure you go underneath them. Otherwise, you are at the risk of having to stand up when the push comes.
Well, that's Gihan Yatavara calling that immediately. It was an early engagement from Trinity, and they knew exactly what you were talking about, Sudarshana. They knew that it was an important scrum. They knew they had to get the hit early, just a little bit over-eager there.
Trinity forwards need to take a breather because this is a very experienced set of Pathana forwards.
The new rules coming into play. You can't call for a scrum, so you have to tap and go or kick to touch. Little chip over the top. And that one's out on the full, so there was space. The kick was on.
Sadish Vikramarayaka, Veeravansarada, will want to make sure that he compensates for the lost time. Trinity have already conceded 7 points, so once he goes into the middle, because Kodituakku from Isipathana wearing that 13 jersey is really troubling that channel, Shanaka. It's never easy missing a midfielder when it comes to your defensive line. That time Trinity not managing to get the throw straight, but no problem because the opposition did not put up a fight. Referee Atavara this time penalizing Isipathana for not retreating 10 meters.
It was a not releasing call earlier on in the line out actually, Sudarshana, but you've seen some brilliant bits of athleticism by both sevens today. That was Hamza Abdin. Watch him here. Manages to catch the ball, juggle and come down safely. That's what we call proprioception, Sudarshana, the awareness of where your body is in space. Tinetha Dorangoda did it earlier under some pressure, and it's just amazing athleticism to see these players being able to protect themselves without being on the floor.
In games, you talk about presence of players. Hamza Abdin has been a big presence in that Trinity forwards. And with that, Shan Altaf adds the 52nd point in this tournament, goes past the 50 and brings Trinity with a 1 point difference.
Well, it's just a reliability of his boot, isn't it? When you're playing in the forward, Sudarshana, just to know that you can win a penalty, do some good defense, and that will result in 3 points. That's just such a confidence and morale booster for any forward pack. Avishka Hiran hasn't been too far off either today, but we'll see who gets more opportunities. Here's Hiran, and that's another mistake. So 2 kicks, 2 mistakes into that pavilion side that have cost Isipathana so far.
What the 2 penalties would do to Isipathana is they are now put on notice. The forwards will know, as much as Situpabumit wants to take the quick tap quickly, you got to be disciplined. You cannot give Trinity anything inside your 50 because Shan Altaf will be called to action.
Certainly will. And here's that centre field scrum on their ball that you were licking your lips about a little while ago, Sudarshana. Watch for Shra and Satish Kumar to combine with Udan Vijay Kun. Already the body position of Herat on this side. Not really good. Super shove just to backpedal. Nice little shift infield, and Shan Altaf coming in from the back on the nice angle. But they were ready for it. And here's a second wave of forwards. Manusha Silva with that lovely little lateral step you don't expect. Play on is the call from the referee. And here's Malik. Tinetha Durangoda times his tackle well. And here it is going back to Shan Altaf for the drop goal. It's high, but it's not near the crossbar, unfortunately, as Avishka Hiran taps it quickly. And punts it. I'm not sure that was the best decision, as Shan Altaf will have another sighter and go for it again. Avishka Hiran calls for the fair catch.
And thrilling rugby this. Both teams wanting to play, but Trinity now, that will be a moral victory. They're not going to play at you because you've told them, listen, we have ball in hand inside your 50. We are going to take every single scoring opportunity that's coming our way.
Well, that'll put a lot of pressure on the Isipathana defense, Sudarshana, because they know they can't make any mistakes. Certainly not in their 40.
Water break.
And there's a 1 minute water break. After 20 minutes, they can't go to the huddle, but they will have to drink their water on the pitch. So the momentum has just shifted towards Trinity. This break could be very well timed for Isipathana.
Oh, absolutely. I think momentum is the name of the game. But Trinity will do well to take a breather and make sure now you've gotten the upper hand. Isipathana, on the other hand, they will do well to try and exit from their 50. They've been under too much pressure in their own half for too long, Shanaka. The moment they cross over to the opposition 50, they're dangerous. The forwards come into play and their backs will be looking to exploit Trinity's lack of Sadisha Veeravansa, who has just come onto the field.
Yes, Trinity now restored to their full lineup. 15 on 15 once again. And Veeravansa will be kicking himself because they did concede in that particular moment, Sudarshana. Here's the man who will be entrusted with going up against that man, Tinetta Dodangura and Hamza Abdin. Their battle in the line-out is going to be a little mini battle to watch in this final. A 3-man line-out has been called, so can bet your bottom dollar that Abdin is going to be the target. Dodangura using all his experience, and nicely done that time. Good movement. And again, rolling too many commando rolls for referee's liking.
Yes, Satish Kumar, normally a very good ball carrier, that time made the wrong decision to try and advance a couple more times than referee Atavar liking. Isipathana looking to exit straight away.
Bomet with a long kick, but only as far as Altaf. And the Trinity vice captain will put this one back with a bit of interest.
Well, how about that? Put you 10 meters back from where you took the kick. This has to be backed up by the forwards. They need to put pressure. Hamza Abdin is moving beautifully, and Tinetta Dodangura manning himself up. Even if he jumps up, it's going to be difficult for Hamza Abdin, but he's doing it beautifully when it comes to Trinity's line out. But upsetting this, Tevin, who's brought on to the team this week. Can they do that? But no, yes. Puts pressure on the hooker. Isipathana are used to a very good line out, Shanaka. Now Trinity looking to put pressure on that area, on the hooker, and make sure that they get possession.
Well, Jayasinghe has just got to take a deep breath, because Dodangura is a fantastic jumper. He's going to pluck this ball out of anywhere. He just needs to make sure he puts it in the right place and lets the jumper do his job. And as much as he's running, Lahiru Herat's running on this near side in the tight head position for Isipathana has been good. Danushka Boteju needs to speak to his tight head about the body position. Satish Kumar goes off for Udan Vijayakun, and the captain coming in on a nice angle. It's bumped forward by Akash Fernando. He's a big lad and takes a few with him. Taken down by the youngster Tenona Di Costa. Here's Manusha Silva. Loves to come off that right foot. Udan. Malik. Haven't seen him spark too much.
Get back.
Just playing it safe for the moment. Shoveling it on to other willing ball runners. But Malik will do well to take it to the line.
Green.
Inside the 22. Trinity will back their superior bulk in the front 5.
Release!
Picking and going. This is just what the doctor ordered. Sucking all the energy from the Trinity defense. And over the top goes Setum Rajapaksa. Has to let go now. And does so. That's big Achinta Jayasena. Vijayakun wants his forwards with him. They're not going to give this out to the backs if they can help it. This Trinity pack. That's nice quick ball. Dodangura makes the tackle, but it's not good enough. Still available for Satish Kumar. Trying to reach. And the ball is spilled. squirting out of the hands of Tevin Udakumbura.
Akash Fernando, the man, losing out on that ball, but this is very good from Trinity forwards. They're exploiting the weakness of fringe defense of this Isipathana forward unit. They are earning the right to now go wide, Chanaka. They're sucking in the forwards, putting pressure on them. Unfortunately, Akash Fernando losing that ball forward, but that momentum building up those spaces would have given them a lot of confidence.
Well, the fringe defense that time for Isipathana was found certainly wanting. There's nobody there. And you can see the rest of the forwards hanging their heads because a lot of good work to get there. But the slippery ball beating everybody. Superior body position from this Trinity front row. Bomet will need this one in and out of channel 1 quickly. Bumping it forward. Nice run that time from the Isipathana 12. Aditya Madhushan. And Avishka Hiran will count on all his experience to give his green defensive line some breathing space.
Trinity crowd getting behind the Trinitians, knowing that they've gotten ball in an attacking position. This is good for Trinity. Yes, you lost that forward, but put pressure on them to try and exit inside their red zone, just outside the 22 meters. Now Trinity will look to try and capitalize here.
Nimanta Sandeep also plays his rugby at fullback. They've made a positional shift, of course, so he's got plenty of experience. Udukumura to throw in. Nicely done that time by Abdeen once again. In fact, it might be Nisit Kumarasinghe who took that one down. Vijay Kun. Malik opts for a little bit of a change in tactic.
The ball that time illegally brought down. So Trinity with an opportunity, with a penalty here. Will they ride the momentum? But this is knockout rugby. Points is going to be the name of the game.
Coach Fazil Marija giving running instructions to Sadisha Veeravangsa there. And Usman Safraz has been told in no uncertain terms to go for goal. Use your dead-eye Dick kicker and make sure you get in the lead at half-time.
Malik that time not getting the connection that he was looking for in that cross kick, but he had a free release. He knew that the penalty was coming. Now opportunity for Altaf to put Trinity onto the lead.
He's already scored more than 50 points in this competition, and not just from the kicking tee, but just pulls it wide of the left hand upright that time.
Had to kick that right in front of the Isipathana section of the Sky Pavilion, so they all of them letting him know that he missed it. But Trinity won't complain. They will get possession back from this kick. Isipathana need to really think about their exit, because if they are going to be camped up in their own half, that's not very good, Chanaka, especially when you are a team that are looking to use your forwards.
Well, that one was lucky. It bounced just inside. They've suffered a little bit with kicks, not finding touch, kicks going a little bit too long, Isipathana, and put themselves under a little bit of pressure in the last 15 minutes. So they'll be very happy to get close to the halfway line.
This is good from Safras, taking leadership, talking to the lads. We did not see that very well in the Thomian game, where he just came back, and also in the Zahirian encounter, but here he's taking charge, and it's very good to see.
Ball might have been lost forward, but it's advantage to Isipathana. Defense up really quickly. That was superb work from Veeravansa. Sithuba Bomet, they're standing quite deep, this Isipathana receivers. Setum Rajapaksa is the man who takes it first. One charge down. And now it's available for everyone. But Avishka Hiran squirted forward, knocked forward, so it's advantage Trinity. Here's Jayasen, and now a little bit of space opening out. Can they find the open man? Onitsha Kodituaku dragged down. 8 meters short at the line. Trinity will know what they managed to do a few moments ago, and they will certainly go for the line with their forwards.
Get back.
This is great body position from the Trinitians, and oh, it's knocked forward. Knocked forward at the final moment of asking.
Just where they had to control it. They had forward momentum. They did that earlier as well. The fringes are in tatters for Isipathana. You keep attacking that, but just be a little patient in those final moments. But luckily for Trinity, there was an advantage which was played by referee Atavara for a lost forward from Isipathana, so they will get ball back.
Well, I would think the advantage was well over, Sudarshan. I mean, they got almost to a scoring position. And coming back for that knock-on, perhaps, even though it's not a long advantage, I think advantage was well over.
On the previous shot, if you see the numbers that was converging into that area, if Trinity had decided to go out, they could have walked on to the try. Now, the backs, first face ball. Will we see a Fasil Marija special?
Oh, it's been out-hooked. Incredible work from Kavin Herath, Alairu Herath.
Kavin Jayasinghe has been attempting this entire game against Royal College as well. Opposition scrum, take a look at him. He's not putting much weight behind that scrum. He's hanging on to his two props. Maybe that's why Herath is a little uptight, Chanaka, because Kavin Jayasinghe has been attempting that out hook the entire semi-final, and it's beautiful to see as a hooker because that is a dying art.
Oh, it certainly is. If not dying, it's been dead and buried. And oh, Hamza is brought down safely that time. But again, the line out in serious problems for both teams.
Referee Atavar straight away not happy.
Let's see what happened there. We missed it because we were watching the acrobatics of Hamza Abdin.
Okay, that's on it.
Trinity that time will be breathing a massive sigh of relief because referee Atavara deeming that it was a rugby incident. It was the line-outs clashing on each other on air, but Trinity have been put on notice. They got to make sure that they aim below the sternum because anything above that, there could be a card.
If you can see that one again, see what referee looked for. Here it is. Well, there's not a lot of danger in it. And it looked bad from where the referee was standing, but from our angle, Sudarshana, there was not a lot happening. So it's probably a good thing that he didn't think that it deserved a yellow card. Looked much worse than it was. Here's Jayasinghe at the back, trying to profit from that out hook moments ago. Sethum Rajapaksa, his front row buddy, and there's a little bit of interference, but no damage done. Here's Avishka Hiran, nice short ball that time to Yuvindu Kodituaku. Bomet. Lovely inside ball from Zumri. It's quick ball available for Situpa Bomet once again. Nicely shown in the face of that flying Trinity defense. Sethum Rajapaksa did well to hold on to that ball. And here's the first run by Navid Tahir. Has been hitting plenty of rucks though. Lovely step inside by Jayavira again. That time the third rower for Isipathana. Jayasinghe carries again the tiny hooker. Sethum Rajapaksa. Isipathana's support players are there in time. Here's Tahir once again, hungry for the ball in the 22. Bomet. Little chip from Tenula Di Costa. It's high. And it's spilled. Oh, it's a wet ball, and I think that will be a 5-meter scrum.
Sean Altaf under pressure because he wasn't underneath that. Trinity won't mind this. They need to make sure. Referee Anil Jayasinghe wanting to have a word.
Well, you could see it was touched by Sean Altaf in the field of play and taken dead. So that means that it will be a 5-meter scrum for Isipathana, and Trinity will be wanting to put a shove on here. Lasita Attadagoda, scrum coach watching. And referee Attavara saying very clearly to Trinity, wait for my call. Stable, and Trinity will want to drive this. Taken off the back by Shakib Zumri, puts in a good fend, but holding on for dear life was Nisit Kumarasinghe, who did well to bring down the Isipathana number 8. Sethum Rajapaksa waits for it. He's done plenty of running today. But it's a good tackle by Akash Fernandez. Still going Rajapaksa. Not rolling away is the call, and Herath is dragged forward by his captain.
Again, roll away. Hurry, ball again. Omin.
Satish Kumar gets out of the way. Tahir, and they come back to the blind side. This is where they scored the first one. Avishka Hiran cut him back in field. Inches short.
Get back.
Situba Bomet cutting back against the grand Shakib Zumri.
Get back, you offside, get back.
It was a delayed ball that time. Trinity's defense was up very quickly. Too quickly according to referee Gihan Yatavara.
Get back.
Tahir waits.
Release, fight. Still advantage.
Fringe defense is much better from Trinity than it was from Isipathana at the other end of the pitch. Once again, trying to change the angle of attack. Zumri, it's quick ball, and Tenode de Costa is hammered to the floor. Sethum Rajapaksa. My goodness, he's done some heavy work in this first half. Want to keep it nice and close, but the backs will be screaming for it outside. Shakib Zumri dragging his tight head prop forward. Herath, and here's the space once again. It's not a good ball from Tenode de Costa, but Avishka Hiran just, Sandeep in fact, just doesn't manage to keep it in field.
There's a penalty coming. There's a penalty coming, and there are multiple penalties on offer for Isipathana. Ideally, with half-time looming, you'd go for points, Shanika, straight away. 10 points to 6. With no hesitation calls scrum, Shanika. Interesting one. He changed his mind afterwards and wanted to go for touch, and penalty was not even in the equation.
Well, it's a gutsy call, isn't it? It's a really gutsy call. He knows he's got this Trinity team under the cosh a little bit. They've been defending for the last few minutes or so.
Yes.
And he will desperately want this ball to come to him quickly. Bomet. Nice run that time from Madhushan. It's available now for Tahir. Good support play. Shakib Zumri, lovely ball. And cutting back in field. Superb little step that time from Samira Disas. And it's superb defense once again. What outstanding work from the Trinity defensive line. You've got to take your hat off to Isipathana for being positive and for Trinity for being up to it.
Incredible play from both the teams. Gutsy call from Isipathana and Trinity College backing their defensive effort. They know they want to make sure that they put it up and make sure that they say there is no way Jose through this defense.
Well, interesting from Shan Altaf there. He says, I've had enough. We are going back to the sheds and we're coming back. We're going to regroup and come back. It's 7 points to 6. All the scoring done pretty early on in that half. But since then, there's been no shortage of excitement, Sudarshana. It's been punch and counter punch. The defense of both teams has come up trumps.
Incredible work from both teams, and got to commend the refereeing as well, Shanaka, because it has been flowy. We did not have too many stoppages, and the crowd has been given their money's worth and more in this first 35.
Well, it's been an outstanding half of rugby so far in the Dialog Schools Knockout Tournament. A warm welcome if you're joining us from any part of the world in this knockout final. We'll be back with a lot more live action and the highlights of the first half in case you've missed it after the commercial break.
Some bonds last a lifetime. Nippon Cement.
Park Avenue, long-lasting fragrance, unshakable confidence.
Saratona enjoy karanga party ekata go.
Night Go Pocket Perfume. Youth ekata go ekak. Creamy richness redefined. Smooth, soft, spreadable. Introducing Fondre with canola and sunflower oil.
Park Avenue, long-lasting fragrance, unshakable confidence.
Keep sweating. Keep pushing the limits. Keep stepping up your game. Keep shining. Keep rising. No matter what your fitness goal is, we are always there by you, with you. Iodex, get, spray, go.
ඉන්ජෙක්ෂන් එක.
බයද? ඒවටත් බෙහෙත් අපි ළඟ තියෙනවා. ඉඳගන්න.
උස්වත්ත පවුලින් හඳුන්වා දෙන රස ඇබ්බැහිය චර්පි චිප්ස් රිදෙන්න දැනෙන රස. තව ඉන්ජෙක්ෂන් එකක් ගහමුද?
Seat Car Radials. The road is yours.
Park Avenue, long-lasting fragrance, unshakable confidence.
Big question, right? What if you didn't have to choose just one version of yourself? What if you could explore them all? In one universe, you're building the future. In another, you're saving the planet. Or leveling up in the business world. At ESU, every class, every opportunity unlocks a new version of yourself, so that you can discover the best one. Welcome to the Infinite You. Welcome to ESU.
Seat Car Radials. The road is yours.
Lassana panloke, kottu misara vihite, hikka sita banda.
Whose fault is this? Looks like someone didn't use Tokyo Superset for bricklaying and plastering. Tokyo Superset. Do it right the first time.
Creamy richness redefined. Smooth, soft, spreadable. Introducing Fondre with canola and sunflower oil.
Park Avenue, long-lasting fragrance, unshakable confidence.
Creamy richness redefined. Smooth, soft, spreadable. Introducing Fondre with canola and sunflower oil.
එක පැත්තකින් වාගෙනදී තව පැත්තකින් මතුවෙනවා. මේ ටයිල් එක බෑ. දෙක තුනක් කැඩිලත් එක්ක. චොමරි අක්කා.
ජීවිත කාලය පුරාම අල්ලන් ඉන්න නම් ටයිල් අල්ලන්න ඕන ස්විස් ටෙක් ටයිල් ඇඩිසිව්.
ස්විස් ටෙක් ටයිල් ඇඩිසිව් අල්ලන්න හොඳම කෙනා.
Park Avenue, long-lasting fragrance, unshakable confidence.
වතුරත් ලීක් වෙලා. ස්ලැබ් එකත් ඉවරයි. බලන්නකො දැන් සාලේ කැත. චමරි.
ස්විස් ටෙක් ඇක්වාෂීල්ඩ් 2K waterproof දැම්මා නම් වතුර කාන්දු වෙන්නෙත් නෑ. හිතටත් නිදහස්.
ස්විස් ටෙක් ඇක්වාෂීල්ඩ් 2K waterproofer සීල් කරන්න හොඳම කෙනා. නව රෙක්සෝනා ස්පෝර්ට්ස් ඩිෆෙන්ස් 72 hours order protection සමගින් පිරිමින් සදාමයි. හරි.
ඉන්ජෙක්ෂන් එක. බයද? ඒවටත් බෙහෙත් අපි ළඟ තියෙනවා. ඉඳගන්න.
උස්වත්ත පවුලින් හඳුන්වා දෙන රස ඇබ්බැහිය චර්පි චිප්ස් රිදෙන්න දැනෙන රස.
තව ඉන්ජෙක්ෂන් එකක් ගහමුද?
There is a rhythm to island life, where a walk is a dance, where there is work-life flexibility, where fun is serious, and where songs rise out of the sea. The unique and amazing facets of island living inspire us.
Bring that inspiration home. Lanka Tiles. Fine living. Redefined.
That was summer refresh when the train gotta go.
Night Go. Pocket perfume. Youth gotta go ekak.
ලස්සන පල්ලෝකේ කොත්තුමි සරවිහිතේ හිටක සිත බැඳා මාතේ ෆයිනල් ෆැෂන් දපේ හිටක බදේ වටේ හොටල් ස්පයිසි කැස් මාතේ රසේ ප්‍රීමා කොත්තුමි ෆාම් තමයි.
Seat Car Radials. The road is yours.
Park Avenue, long-lasting fragrance, unshakable confidence.
Saratona enjoy කරන්න party එකට go.
Night Go. Pocket perfume. Youth gotta go ekak.
Big question, right? What if you didn't have to choose just one version of yourself? What if you could explore them all? In one universe, you're building the future. In another, you're saving the planet. Or leveling up in the business world. At ESU, every class, every opportunity unlocks a new version of yourself so that you can discover the best one. Welcome to the Infinite You. Welcome to ESU.
නව රෙක්සෝනා ස්පෝර්ට්ස් ඩිෆෙන්ස් 72 hours order protection සමගින් පිරිමින් සදාමයි.
Creamy richness redefined. Smooth, soft, spreadable. Introducing Fondre with canola and sunflower oil.
නව රෙක්සෝනා ස්පෝර්ට්ස් ඩිෆෙන්ස් 72 hours order protection සමගින් පිරිමින් සදාමයි. නව රෙක්සෝනා ස්පෝර්ට්ස් ඩිෆෙන්ස් 72 hours order protection සමගින් පිරිමින් සදාමයි.
කොහෙන් හරි කමන්නේ ෆොටෝ එක තිබ්බනම් මට මේ බිත්තිය කැත වහගන්න තිබ්බා.
චමරි අක්කා.
බිත්තියට ස්විස් ටෙක් ස්කිම් කෝඩ් ගාලා ෆිනිෂ් කළා නම් ඔය ප්‍රශ්න මුකුත් නැහැ.
ස්විස් ටෙක් ස්කිම් කෝට් ෆිනිෂ් එකට හොඳම කෙනා. නව රෙක්සෝනා ස්පෝර්ට්ස් ඩිෆෙන්ස් 72 hours order protection සමගින් පිරිමින් සදාමයි.
Big question, right? What if you didn't have to choose just one version of yourself? What if you could explore them all? In one universe, you're building the future. In another, you're saving the planet. Or leveling up in the business world. At ESU, every class, every opportunity unlocks a new version of yourself so that you can discover the best one. Welcome to the Infinite You. Welcome to ESU.
He was worked off yesterday And this is the President's Trophy. As Malik kicks off the second half. Tenore Di Costa has had a few moments that he would rather forget in that first half, but will want to settle his nerves early on.
This new lad brought in to that number 10 position. Di Costa with Avish Kahiran dropping to fullback. He has done very well, Shanaka. And thoughts are also with Tisuru Udayanga, who had to exit the last game due to a concussion. It looked terrible. Didn't want to be there when that happened, Shanaka, but it's really nice to see him walking about just before the game started.
Certainly, we're very happy that he's on his feet, literally. Nice back of the hand offload to Shran Satish Kumar. Trinity now will play with a little bit of purpose. Jayasena thumps this one forward, coming back the opposite way for Udukubura. Big tackle by Hera that time. It's available once again for Malik. It's a nice long ball, and here's the danger man, Shan Altaf. Takes it just inside the 22. Manusha Silva juggles and steps back again off that right foot. Udan Vijayakun says, I'll leave my forwards to this one.
Play on, dribbling.
And it's been ripped away. And the play on is the call.
Off the feet.
Trinity thought they had rights to the ball, but did well to listen to referee Atavada's instruction and leave it. And here's the man who has been at the real workhorse for Isipathana today, Setum Radhapaksa. And Nimanta Sandeep called upon that time to do the clearing duties. Ball dropped back. Altaf is the first one to it, but they will come back for the knock forward.
Trinity getting a scrum for their good defensive work yet again, chasing that ball, putting pressure on Isipathana. They managed to get the ball back, but Isipathana showing up on defense this time, managing to rip that ball before the player went onto the ground, which was completely legal. But Trinity with the scrum now, they would have looked at what happened, and they've made a change, Shanika.
Well, it's hilarious to watch, isn't it? Situpa Bomet absolutely in the ear of his opposite number, Vijay Kun. Nice inside ball that looked a tad forward though. Here it is for Vijay Kun. Dances in the tackle. Here it is again, but the slippery ground getting the better of Tevin Udukumar, who does well to recover, but he's isolated as a result, and over the ball are the Isipathanians.
Brilliant work by the Isipathana defender. I believe that time it was Jayavira.
Well, they've marched it forward 10 meters. I think he might have kicked the ball away.
Trinity need to be alive to the threat that Isipathana will look to run from any corner.
Well, that ball bounces fortuitously into the hands of the Isipathana chaser. But it was meant to be a touch kick as Jayasinghe comes back infield. Looking for Tenura Di Costa. Here's Yuvindu Kodituakko, who smashed in a superb tackle from Veeravangsa, who apart from his little indiscretion has been excellent in defense.
Referee Atavila will have a word with his assistant referee.
There has been a head clash. How?
Captain, captain.
We would like to have a look.
Captain, discipline එක maintain කරගන්න ඕනේ, right? මම දැක්කේ නෑ. මෙතන අහම ඉරගෙන එකක් ඒ වෙලාවේ මම දැක්කේ නෑ. හැබැයි ඊට පස්සේ ඔයාගේ number 6 එක කෙලින්ම late charge එකකට යනවා. ඒක කරන්න එපා කියන්නේ. Okay. පස්සට යන්න penalty එකකින් පටන් ගන්න.
Well, there has been a complaint of, I think, what we can only politely call bunching, Sudarshana. But there has been a late charge by Nisit Kumarasinghe. You heard it very clearly from referee Atavara. So it will be a penalty to Isipathana.
This is yet again interesting, Shanaka. They are going to go on to the route of scoring points. They want to go for a try from here on. Isipathana making their intentions very, very clear. Because make no mistake, in Nimantha Sandeepa, they have a brilliant kicker in their ranks. He scored 35 points already this competition. I think it happened a couple of phases after that, the infringement. Now, Dodanguda will look to set this one up.
It's a four-man maul. And now they drive in because it's moved beyond the plane of touch. And Satish Kumar right in the thick of that, trying to drag it down. They've got an open blind side there, but everyone missed it.
Get back.
It looks like Situba Bomet might have gone off. No, in fact, he's still there.
Offside, number 12.
This is the indiscipline that Trinity will want to make sure that they don't keep going. That tackle was over the head. There was a bit of a lift. Referee might come back for the penalty, but which one? Bomet. Lovely little bit of stepping from Telula Di Costa. Lays the ball back nicely, and the fringe has a bit of openness. Another penalty coming. Pick and drive this time from Isipathana, giving Trinity a dose of their own medicine. Bomet directing traffic in front of him. The cries of "Go Pathana Go" erupt from the Sky Pavilion. Bomet looks right, goes left. Setum Rajapaksa, goodness, he deserves a try for all the running he's done today. Di Costa, and the ball squirts out with the line at their mercy. It's the third time, twice for Trinity. They've completely squandered try-scoring opportunities.
They keep an eye here, fixed here, because they could take this very quickly. Isipathana. They did have multiple penalties coming though, but referee Yatavara opting to award it in that position.
Bomet to take it quickly, going left. Signal to his forwards, and that is Rajapaksa in his colourful cycling shorts. Shakib Zumri. We haven't seen him too much with ball in hand. Isipathana will want him to have a bit more. Avishka Hiran in the first receiver position. It's been knocked on, and that's again superb defense by Trinity. It's been knocked forward by Hiran, playing with one eye on that injury of his. Wouldn't have been holding the ball as hard as he wanted to.
Trent will be delighted that they've come away with a defensive scrum. Going to take some defending here, remember, because the opposition 8 have showcased that they are the superior unit when it comes to some scrum time. They have the physical advantage. Trinity have made that tactical change of bringing in Nisit Kumarasinghe in, who was the starting hooker. So the timing issue they will want to solve with that, Shanaka. That's why Tevin Kumbura has gone on to the third row.
Interesting positional shift from Trinity. Nisit coming into the middle of the front row.
It also doesn't help the fact that your opposition hooker is trying to hook the ball, Shanaka. So Kumarasinghe needs to make sure that he gets this one quickly.
That's a better scrum from Isipathana, but Trinity do well to work this one back into Veeravangsa's hands, and under enormous pressure, Shan Altaf gets a really good kick away.
Very good work from Altaf under pressure. Now Trinity. It was Tinetra Dodanguda who came up on you like that, Shanaka. Long, lanky lad. It's always difficult to try and get your angles right.
Jasinga to throw in. It's not tidy ball, but the man who's been everywhere today, Sethum Rajapaksa, manages to tidy it up. Tahir puts a shoulder in, and the fringe defense again from Trinity has been excellent all season. Shravan Satish Kumar sneaking up offside. So this is where Trinity's discipline have let them down in this second half. Rajapaksa drags them into the 22, and now it's available for Tenula. They needed a quick ball, but the defense is superb once again. From Trinity, it was Veeravangsa. Sitapa Bomet shows and goes, sniping around the fringes. Aditya Madhushan has no options outside him. Trinity's defense is up too quickly. Oh, that's an interesting one. Did he jump into it?
Satish Kumar is going to be in hot water, because remember, the earlier penalty advantage was given because he had his hands on the ground. So he was on notice with referee. Here, referee Atavara will see whether there was a problem.
Ball carrier jumping over the tackle.
Yes, that's what they're looking at. Ball carrier jumping on the tackle.
Foul play.
Looks like he wanted
to
go the aerial route.
The green player jumping over the tackles. Penalty to Trinity.
You can see it very clearly that Navid Tahir left his feet, which is why that looks so dangerous. And for young players watching, it's more harm to yourself than it is to the tackler, trust me, on this one. Stay on your feet.
Recommendation the penalty, yellow card.
Just a penalty only.
Just a penalty only is the call from the television match official. Referee Atavara was thinking about a card. He had taken it out, but the information from the TMO, interesting, because it's normally the referee's call from the middle. If he doesn't see anything conclusive to overturn that, he would normally go ahead with it. But this time around, Trinity will be happy that they got a penalty. They will want to try and exit and try and camp up in the opposition 50.
Important decision in the game there, that Trinity will manage to get out of their danger zone. Altaf from the middle of the field needs to find touch, and he does that just a few meters short of the halfway line. Hasn't really had the opportunity to come into the game with his running yet.
Yes, Altaf haven't gotten much opportunity. These two teams have a very rich history in this competition. They've met 7 times.
Nicely taken by Trinity at the front, and going back to the tried and tested methods. Driving that maul all the way about 10 meters, 12 meters now, as Udan Vijaykun takes it back, and he's tackled. He didn't expect that to come from where he did.
Well, I would be absolutely furious if I was one of the forwards. That maul was moving forward. There was no hurry for Trinity to try and catch on that ball. But Udan Vijaykun made the decision, put under pressure, lost the ball forward. Trinity will be happy at the fact that nothing more came off that.
Well, that's an interesting moment for me as Herat manages to snaffle Udan Vijaykun, because that maul had made about 10 to 12 meters, Sudarshana, and yet Vijaykun was thinking about the box kick. You've got to wonder, have Isipathana managed to get under their skins? Bomet with the ball to Madhushan, and that's a lovely run from the try scorer, even the Kodituaku. It's quick ball also available for Bomet, and here's Sethum Rajapaksa. Here's Navid Tahir. He's not jumping over that one. Shakib Zumri acts as halfback. Standing strong in the tackle that time, Nevita Mevnaka. Beautiful work from Usman, the captain, flying up on that defensive line, but the penalty is coming and Trinity will have to be careful for these repeated infringements.
Number 6 that time, the culprit Nisit Kumarasinghe was found in an offside position. Now, Isipathana opting to go for points. This will be a moral victory for Trinity and their defense. Isipathana tried and tried and tried again. Now they're sending you the signal, okay, we will take the points. Trinity needs to make sure that they capitalize here on the opportunity and try and arrest that momentum again.
Well, depending on the result of this game, Trinity supporters or Isipathana supporters will wonder whether they should have taken kicks previously, kickable penalties. And Avishka Hiran is not on target with that one, and Danushka Boteju shrugs.
Very interesting, Shanakan, because Nimanta Sandeepa had a brilliant game kicking, but has not opted to take any kicks. I'm wondering whether there is an injury that he is nursing. Avishka Hiran haven't been able to find that target with the penalty.
Few changes being made. Can this man spark something for his team? Shan Altaf, he did so in the quarter-final. Scored another spectacular try in the semi-final as well. Does he have a moment of magic up his sleeve? Isipathana have marshalled him well, not given him any opportunities. And this man, Avishka Hiran, has been the better of the two fullbacks for the moment. Nimanta Sandeepa. Usman Safraz gets out of the way nicely. And Sethum Rajapaksa, he'll be a tired man, Sudarshana. He's been getting hammered for almost 50 minutes now. Always the first receiver in most of Isipathana's attacks. Ball bounces forward. Bomet goes blindside. Shakib Zumri with a nice little ball over the top to Nimanta Sandeepa, but he's bundled into touch by a combination of Yaddehige and Akash Fernando.
A little bit of handbag, some welfare calls there. High testosterone game this. Chances are you'll have a couple of times that spill over.
Well, it's been coming for a while, hasn't it, Sudarshana? Because the tension, we can feel it here in the commentary box. I can just imagine what the players are feeling.
It's absolutely brilliant atmosphere here. Shanaka, these two teams have met in this competition 7 times. 4 times in the finals and 3 times in the semi-finals. Isipathana has been the hoodoo for Trinity when it comes to semi-finals. 3 semi-finals, Isipathana have won all 3. In the finals though, 4 finals they've met. Isipathana has won 1, and Trinity's 3 titles in the President's Trophy have come against Isipathana College. However, Isipathana will be looking back and remembering that the last time these lads who can't remember this game were in this position, Trinity were in this position, it was Isipathana who took the trophy home in 2013.
Well, that's some really interesting statistics, Sudarshana, with these 2 great rugby schools. Trinity having sway in finals rugby. But Isipathana will think that they have one hand on this Dialog Schools knockout trophy given their history.
Disal Thomas brought on to the field alongside Ridma. Udan Vijay Kohn's game has been called early.
Good scrum that time. Surprised Shakib Zumri didn't go off the blind side. Lovely ball that time, run on to beautifully. Cutting back infield, Avishka Hiran does well to hang on to that. And good technique from the young fullback as well. Madhushan. And as he's done all game, cutting back infield, Shakib Zumri. Want to see him ranging a little bit on the tram lines. And that time it's Thomas who's offside. Rajapaksa does brilliantly to get that ball away. Nimantha Sandeepa. A little bit of a gasp from the Trinity crowd as Sandeepa opens up a gap on the left flank. Sethum Rajapaksa again. Still playing advantage. Madhushan, and it's a long blast, and I was talking about those repeated infringements, Sudarshana.
Repeated imprisonment, penalty, number 17.
Number 17, Disal Thomas,
Repeated. Penalty. Should be a
just came onto the field. Has to go out. This is not what the doctor ordered. He was sent in to try and give that impact for Trinity College. But repeated infringement, penalty was what referee Gihan Yadav called, because he was found in front of the offside line.
Well, Disal Thomas has just come on and he's taken one for the team quite literally. And referee Atavara has been calling offside for this Trinity defensive line for quite a large second half. Shrayan Satish Kumar just for a moment thought it might be him. Nimantha Sandeepa, not anywhere near a good connection there. And Avishka Hiran clearly is suffering an injury.
Now Trinity yet again, second time this game, reduced to 14 men, need to really make sure that their discipline, Isipathana's kicking woes, are really coming to haunt them here.
Altaf with a long dropout. Bomet juggles and has to go back. He can't kick this out on the full. Avishka Hiran keeps it nice and low. Bounces it into Altaf's hands. What does the young magician have in store? He puts it deep. And unfortunately for Trinity College, he hasn't managed to find touch.
Altaf attempted for that 50-22. I think the assistant referee was also under the impression that it went out, because it was clearly kicked outside the 22 meters, Shanaka. Important line out for Isipathana.
Again that short line out and the four-man maul that Isipathana have gone to early on. Shran Satish Kumar again doing well, but side entry is the call. I thought he had managed to get in just in time. Sethum Rajapaksa this time passes. Now it's available. Madhushan. Bomet. Zumri with a nice ball and Shan Altaf now, but they'll call him back. Yes, he's got a moment of magic. He has got a moment of magic. Shan Altaf. It was all going to be down to him. And Trinity's mercurial magician has turned something up.
Oh! Come on, the best time, come on the man. We spoke about presence, and Shan Altaf getting in hands on the ball, hangs on to it, and he says, I purchased a set of afterburners during the off-season.
Well, it's still being debated. Ravin Alexander has spotted something. That's why I said they might call him back.
Anil, mama number 8 side entry ekata mall එකේ advantage එකක් ගැහුවා. මට ඒක gain වුණාද කියන එක පොඩ්ඩක් බලන්න ඕනේ.
Very sensible that
last ruck.
I think we want to go back to the line out and the maul. That's where, if our director can
Get
show
me
us.
the last ruck. The last ruck.
It's actually the mall before that they're looking at. Shra and Satish Kumar coming in.
They're looking at the advantage.
Get me again that ruck, please.
The ruck was way inside Shanika. They've advanced 10 meters here, and if they cross that 22-meter line, that was anybody's ball.
The ruck, last ruck. Not this one.
I think they're looking for the next ruck.
This is where Satish Kumar goes in. Can see him there, and that's where referee says advantage.
Now this will give us a full picture. The maul was set here.
Watch number 8, Trinity number 8 on the left of your screen.
The penalty was awarded. But look, I think what we are looking at is the position of this ruck, because referee wants to find out.
Played advantage for side entry. There's a penalty there for.
But what they're looking at is whether the advantage has been completed, because the ball traveled forward almost close to that 22-meter line. 22-meter line.
Advantage ivara nan okay naththam penalty for Isipathana.
Well, I think ultimately the right decision has been made, Sudarshana. Yes, the ball was passed a few hands, but advantage over needs to be territorial or tactical. And Isipathana didn't really get a tactical or territorial advantage from Satish Kumar's penalty. So even though Shan Altaf raised Trinity's hearts for a moment, it's back to 7-6.
But what Trinity will be looking at is the fact that they've come so far when it comes to the momentum. Isipathana will be a little shy to throw those big, long, hanging passes, which have worked for them very well. Shanika moving Nimantha Sandeep to wing. They're trying to use him a little bit more, giving him more space.
Durangoda is doing really well in this line out. As Jayasinghe comes off the back. And Satish Kumar again. And it looks like it might be Satish Kumar has tried referee Atavara's patience one too many times. In fact, no, it's Jayasinghe. It's Jayasinghe. In fact,
team number 2. Ball එක අරන් යන ගමන් අර ටැකල් එක්කනක හපනවා. ඔයාගේ ටීම් එකට කියන්නේ ඒක කරන්න එපා කියලා.
Well, he's already given the yellow, I think. He saw a bite.
Well, that's an infectious one, isn't it, in this part of town? Shanika. Isipathana had the penalty. Now it's overturned because the ball carrier decided to bite. 1 in the bin. Naveed Tahir, the one who jumped on top of that tackle, is the man in the bin. Now 14 against 14.
Well, both teams letting each other down with their discipline. Referee Atavara was very quick to spot that. He knew exactly what he saw. And no hesitation sending Jazz to the bin. I thought it was Satish Kumar for a moment. But Shakib Zumri does superbly at the line out. Isipathana playing for territory now, and can he spark something again? Lovely fend from Shan Altaf. Yadde with a lovely ball inside. And Herat gets across to make the tackle. Here it is, available once again. It's under advantage, and the kick is not a good one, but they'll come back for the penalty, and Trinity have a chance to take the lead.
Brilliant work by Shan Altaf. You stopped me once, but I keep doing that, he says. Big no argue. and gets away to create that opportunity. And why wouldn't you back the man who's making that magic happen for Trinity, Shanaka? 3 more points and they are right in front.
Yadhege did really well to bring that ball in, but that was a try-scoring opportunity. Certainly that Herath stopped midstream, and you could see it here. Number 12 offside is the call. He strikes it. Oh, it sounded good coming off the boot, but it's been a mixed afternoon for Shan Altaf so far.
Trinity wouldn't mind this. They will get possession back, and what they will look to do is attack. They know that Isipathana are now vulnerable as well. 14 men defending. They will look to run.
Well, this is like a low-scoring, tense cricket match on a dodgy pitch. Sudarshana. Ball going through the hands once again. Lovely little offload, but unfortunately for Malik, he's not able to hold on.
Yadhege losing that ball forward. Trinity looking to go wide now. The ball's dried up a little. We haven't had any showers since that initial shower that visited Royal Complex at the beginning of the game. What a tense game we are having here, Shanak. Absolute brilliant showcase of Sri Lankan schools rugby. Good open fast rugby, and the players, except for the defensive lapses, they have delivered an absolute gem of a game for everybody here and everyone around the world.
Well, it's only 6 points to 7, but it might as well be 30 points each, the way these two teams have played. Shakib Zumri, with only one nostril at his disposal, is asked to go into the second row. Situpa Bomet. Here is Madhushan. Shows and goes. That's great body position by Ishar Premachandra, who's just come onto the park but didn't survive the clean out. Malik gets back, looks for his senior man. Here's Manzil. Good run by the winger. Now it's quick ball available for Trinity. Jayasena. Udakumbura. Again quick ball. Safras. Here's Satish Kumar. What can he do with ball in hand? Isipathana appealing like cricketers but forgot to play on. Here's Malik. Malik spots a gap. Dragged down in the end by Jayavira. Untidy pile of bodies there. And Shan Altaf lines it up. Just missed a penalty. Does he have this one? Yes, he does. Shan Altaf with the deadly drop goal. You cannot keep this man out of the game. Is that enough for Trinity?
It's been 6-7 all this time. Shan Altaf and the entire Trinity fraternity thought they went in front 11 points to 7, but were sent back. But here comes Altaf, sets up, calm as cucumber. Ice runs in his veins. This young lad gets Trinity in front.
Yadhege finally getting into the game in these late stages. Play on is the call as Setum Rajapaksa manages to get the turnover. And there's another turnover, and oh, it's a penalty again. Fortunately for Trinity though, Isipathana don't have anybody in their ranks who can get a 3-point out of this. Kodituaku pumps his legs, needs support. Here's Herath, pumping his legs. Bomet, here's some space opening up now. Beautiful tackle that time, beautifully read by Ama Mansil.
Expertly led that time. Fabulous work by Amar Mansil. And I do apologize, Shanika, when you told me that you remember Mansil, I said off the mic, I said no. But he's actually related to Atab Mansil, who captained Trinity College a couple of years ago. Younger brother Amar. Beautiful work in that defense, coming up, hitting them hard. Isipathana were in a dominant position. Take a look at that gap. If Aditya Madhushan decided to go on that inside step, that would have been curtains for Trinity. But Trinity College managing to capitalize on that defensive brilliance and arresting that. Avishka Hiran being checked, no problem, says the doctor.
Well, they've come back for the advantage, Sudarshana. There was a not 10 penalty when Sita Babamet took it quickly. 9 points to 7. Number 3 is being substituted. Not 10 was the call from the last penalty. Can see the whole Trinity College coaches box. Standing up like 9 pins. 62 minutes on the clock, 8 minutes to go. I think this is probably a mistake. Sudarshana should go for the corner.
What they're looking at is that yellow card. They're trying to suck up time as well, Shanika. But points on the board, 10 points to 9 is still a win.
I take that back, Sudarshana. They've got their hooker in the bin, so that's why they can't go for the line out. So it is a good call.
10.
Shakib Zumri puts his hands together. Have his prayers been answered? No, they haven't. No, they haven't. Just wide of the upright. It's been a weird day off the tee, Sudarshana, for both these kickers.
What beats me is the fact that Isipathana refused very easy kicking opportunities, knowing that their preferred kicker is not 100%. And now you put Avishka Hiran in difficult positions to try and get you that lead. There's going to be so much nerves on that young lad.
Well, there's only about a foot in it. And now there's been a substitution for Isipathana. Metupa Bimsat has come on at scrum half. That's him, juggles the ball. Avishka Nimatta Sandeepa rather. That's a lovely kick from him, just pegging Yaddahige in the corner. But he will have Altaf alongside him. And cool as a cucumber, once again, has all the time in the world. Does Altaf to clear his lines. Sign of a good player. Nimantha Sandeepa knows he has to spark something now for his team, who have 7 minutes to try and wrest back a lead that they held for over an hour. Herat. Bimsat puts a little kick in. It's gone to the most dangerous player on the team, whose game management once again is superb as he pegs Isipathana back. It's a game of territory now for Trinity.
Get back, get back, get back!
There's no legs left in this Isipathana side. They're absolutely knackered.
They needed to get back Isipathana. And baffles me why he decided to bring the ball out side 22, because he could have kicked the ball out on the full Shanaka. He didn't have any support behind him. Opportunity now. Shan Altaf says, 50 meters I kick for fun. Let me attempt this again as well, because there is no harm done.
Well, he wants to run the clock down as well and pin Isipathana back in the territory. This is excellent game management from Shan Altaf and of course the coaching bench. This, it wouldn't matter whether it goes or not. He just wants to kick it as long as he can. Maybe into the film studios next door.
Big games bring big players to the party.
It's big, but it doesn't have the distance. Here's Avishka Hiran, who clears from under his sticks. And they will have the ball back. So again, really good game management.
Trinity wouldn't mind. They have ball. They have possession in the correct territory that they want it in. They will want to make sure that they run down the clock. 66 minutes on our clock. There could be a couple more remaining on referee Ataveras. Last time the players checked, he said we have 13 minutes to go in this half. Isipathana still down one man. Trinity now with an opportunity to try and set this up here. They've called for a full man line out.
Onija Koditoa could throw in. They'll want to drag this one down and maul it as far as they can. Is it going to be 4 out of 4 for Trinity against Isipathana in finals? Tinetta Dodangore, the captain, what can he do to upset that script? Well, he can steal a line out, which is what he does. But Isipathana's backs have had no answer against this ferocious Trinitian defense. As Navid Tahir coughs the ball up. Another penalty. They need to tap and run, do they, or do they need to go down the pitch?
Do they have enough in their tank to tap and run? The strong ball carrying Isipathana forwards are now a little jaded because the likes of Situm Rajapaksa, Lahiru Herat, Nivet Mevanka, they are big units and they've carried the ball for so long, hit after hit, beautifully for the Pathana lads.
Well, they've got to be absolutely knackered, this Isipathana 8. They've done so much work for so little reward. And now in the dying moments of the game, it's the bench of Trinity that's giving them. Nicely done by Trinetta Dodangkoda, who has been incredible at number 2 in this line-out. And that one is really well done by the Trinity defense. They've dragged it down and stopped the advance. Here's Rajapaksa, bumps off one, saying, do I have to do this all myself? Madhushan, Kodituakku, lovely tackle coming across from Safraz. Skipper has been good today. Here's Navid. Jayasinghe back from the sin bin. Bimsat. Teluda Di Costa rather. Straight over the ball but loses his feet. Hamza Abdin thought he had it for a moment.
I thought Hamza Abdin had all the rights to the ball and he picked it up, Chanaka. After he completed that pickup, he did fall forward.
Let's have another look at that one if we can. Referee Atavara said hands on the floor first. See if that sequence of events is exactly what happened. And that's a good touch finder. Isipathana are going to take this down to the last few seconds. Let's watch it here.
Final play, very possibly for Isipathana to win this one. No prizes for guessing who they will want to go at. Dodangkoda in that number 7 jersey.
Trinity not bothering to contest that one. They know what's coming. They've set it up. Off the back goes Jayasinghe. Satish Kumar was waiting for him. Well, he's conceded a few penalties, but Shran Satish Kumar has been an absolute menace in defense. Here it is available for Bimsat. Madhushan has slowed the ball down a little bit in midfield. Tenula, Avishka Hiran. They're dancing with nowhere to really go. Nimanta Sandeepa into the 22. Veerawangsa gets out of the way nicely. Straight through comes Disal Thomas. And this might be curtains for Disal.
The ball was outside the ruck, was the call from referee Yatavara, and I thought rightfully so.
Well, Yatavara saw it from a better angle than Alexander did, so he put his flag down pretty quickly. Navid Tahir. Here's the drop goal attempt. It's not a good one. The whistle has gone, so they will go all the way back. So it was a penalty. Offside was the call for Disal Thomas. He's already on a yellow card, Thomas. If that was deemed cynical, it could have been all over for him. And this may be the last play of the game, Sudarshana. Trinitians everywhere will be praying.
Couldn't have come at a better time for Isipathana. Right down where their fan base is at the Sky Pavilion.
Isipathanians everywhere will be praying too. And God's hotline must certainly be jammed as Shakib Zumri takes this forward. We've seen precious little from Zumri today. Trinity cannot afford to concede a penalty here. This is within kicking distance. Disal Thomas makes an important tackle. Lovely ball, leaves it off. Kodituakku scored the first. Can he score the second? Oh, that was Kodituakku running a beautiful angle.
Oh, that defensive effort by Trinity. Had it saved them? Or is Isipathana walking away with another final? We will have to take a look. A crucial decision to end this game. Was that lost forward? One try has already been disallowed.
Well, he knows it, doesn't he? Kodituakku knows it. And whatever happens in this game, Sudarshana, whoever wins this game, whether that's been knocked forward or not, my goodness, it's been an absolutely spectacular final.
I think we will have to clear the field. The game is still not over. Isipathana may have very well sealed the deal here with that beautiful run from Yuvindu Kodituakku, who cut back inside. His second try may win it for Isipathana, but referee Yatavara wants to have a look. Was it lost forward? Was it early grounded? Or is it held up inside in goal?
Well, the tell for me, Sudarshana, is the body language of the Trinity defenders. Shrayan Satish Kumar was right on the spot. And his face looks crestfallen. That's the tell for me. Let's wait and see. Do we have the pictures?
It couldn't have been a better ending here. Everybody having a long, hard look. Assistant referee Nipuna giving his verdict.
Anil.
Yeah.
On-field decision try. Can you check the ground in?
Well, that's a big
On-field
one.
decision try. Check the ground in, please.
That's a big one. The on-field decision is a try.
You win the Kodi to Akku of Isipathana College. Clinches it for Isipathana. The TMO may not have given his official verdict, but it's the defending champions taking it home. That is clear grounding for me, Shanaka.
First angle is the best one. The first angle.
First angle is the best one, says the TMO. Isipathana had to get a score. And there they do. Absolutely no problem. And the showers are here to celebrate the victory of Isipathana. The green machine erupts here at the Royal Complex. This tournament has been a happy hunting ground for Isipathana. Trinity came out, delivered on all fronts they wanted to. But they will take this defeat with grace, Shanaka, because this has been one of the best finals in a long, long time.
Well, I've seen some tense matches in my time, Sudarshana, but my goodness, what a way to cap off that performance. Isipathana down and out coming into the final minutes of the game. And Yuindu Kodituaku, he scored the first try, put Isipathana in the lead, coming back and doing a brilliant job. 2 tries for him. Sethum Rajapaksa is our man of the match for the amount of carrying that he did today, for the defense, for the set pieces, and everything that he did today. Sethum Rajapaksa deserves this award, but even the Kodituaku were a very, very close run thing as well. As Trinity commiserate, they reflect on what might have been, but my goodness, what a performance from both these teams today.
What a game we witnessed here at Royal Complex. You could be a Trinitian, you could be a Isipathanian, but if you are a rugby fan, you would have absolutely loved this game here. Isipathana, the undisputed kings of ruling the President's Trophy. They know they are knockout rugby, and here they are delivering on all fronts. They couldn't have chosen a better way to win this one. The talk was about the Isipathana forwards, but the backs say, hey, hey, we are Isipathana Rugby. We play a brand of rugby. When we are on full song, everybody stops and takes notice. Yuindu Kodituaku, 2 tries, misses out on our player of the match, Swiss Tech player of the match, because Sethum Rajapaksa wearing that number 1. What a brilliant performance from him. The big drop, we thought his legs will give up, Shanaka, but they didn't.
Well, he kept going and he kept going and he kept going. We don't know yet whether this is the official full-time score, Sudarshana, because the crowd has invaded the pitch. Is there some time left? Is there even 15 seconds left on referee Gihan Yatavara's clock? Can Shah Altaf get another drop goal to send this into extra time? There's a few things, but no, it looks like the players have taken up the fact that this has been lost and it's been played in great spirit. Outstanding work from both these teams, Sudarshana. Even though Isipathana end up winners, my goodness, you couldn't put a hair in between the performance of these 2 teams.
Well, Shanaka, even if there were 20-30 seconds remaining, I think you can't script a better end than that. That decision being made, try awarded, skies open up. Yes, the crowd invaded, but what a finish. Isipathana College, with a brilliant performance, they were under the pump the entire second half, and they come up trumps in the last possible fraction of second of the game. Hats off to the green machine, the undisputed kings of the knockout trophy and in rugby.
Well, they win their 15th title today. That is no mean feat, and you have to say that they know how to win games, Sudarshana. Trinity College coming into their first final in 12 years. Isipathana in their 4th final in 4 years, and they've managed to snatch victory from the jaws of defeat. What an outstanding bit of bravery to go in for that angled run in the Kodituwaku, and the execution of skills from Avishka Hiran in the dying moments of that game to make sure he put that pass into the running line of his big centre. And although some of the star players were not available for Isipathana today, and Shakib Zumri had a quiet game, their players who needed to step up did.
Nimantha Sandeepa, their first choice kicker, not being available. So many attempts at goal going astray. They just couldn't find a way. But when the time came calling, Isipathana managing to win this one. Commiserations to the Trinitians. What a game they've delivered as well. They may have been on the losing side, but they were up for the fight. Shan Altaf would be very disappointed that his try was disallowed. There will be a lot of ifs, there will be a lot of buts. But here today, the Green Machine have showcased that they can win the finals and dominate them.
Well, I'm sure the WhatsApp groups are going to explode with all the uncles having their say. But I think we can safely opine today, Sudarshana, that Rugby has been the winner. Isipathana led for more than an hour in that game. And finally, it was Shan Altaf's moment of brilliance that put Trinity College into the lead. A lead that they felt that perhaps they could hold on to. But Yuvindi Kodituwaku and his team had other ideas in the 69th minute and 59th second of that game.
9 points to 12. The final score. 2 Amaya Bank tries for Kodituwaku. 1 converted. And Trinity's 2 penalties and Shan Altaf's drop goal. Just getting the 9 points.
Isipathana jubilant, their supporters jubilant as well. And the weather gods who were watching the game forgot to push the button and pushed it just as the final whistle went and the heavens opened once again. So a shower before and a shower after kickoff, but in between 70 minutes of absolutely spectacular, tense, technical, well-managed rugby from both teams. Trinity College should not hang their heads in shame. Certainly it will be a moment of what if for them, so close yet so far. But they really put up a fabulous fight in the final, even though they couldn't get a try on the scoreboard. They did probably score a disallowed try, which was the pick of the lot. And it is Shakib Zumri who will lift the trophy today. The Dialog Knockout Trophy, the President's Trophy, will go to the lads in green.
Incredible scenes here, and this is what the spectators came to see. This is what everybody who logged on to the Papare, Sri Lanka's #1 sports channel, wanted to see. A thriller, a thrilling final. And this tournament has been a revelation, Shanika. The timing would be questioned by a lot of people, but the intensity that it provided so early this season, and also the opportunity it provided to some teams to go back home, do some homework and get ready for that all-important league will be appreciated. And in 2 weeks' time, we will move on to that incredible league that we are all looking forward to.
Well, this sets things up beautifully for the league, doesn't it? Absolutely nothing in it between these two teams. And of course, the 2 semi-finalists as well. And teams like St. Thomas's, DSRK, Zahira, all will be competing in the league. Anything could happen. But this Dialog Schools Rugby Knockout Tournament will be Isipathana's, and this is the final that will be talked about for many, many years to come.
Well, like I mentioned, they had met 7 times earlier. Thrice in the final, 4 times rather in the final, and thrice in the semis. Isipathana College being the hoodoo for Trinity in the semis. Trinity have never won against Isipathana in a semi-final, but Trinity still have the number in their favor because they've won 3 finals against Isipathana in this competition. But the one that mattered today, the Green Machine turning up, they say it's the defending title. We will defend it by all means. And you got to commend, Shanika, how the centers, the midfield came into the party today. despite Isipathana's Aditya Madhushan not managing to offer much. Yuvindu Kodituakku ran some tremendous lines, especially given the fact that Tenuda Di Costa was just brought into the attack to run those lines off him. They would have done a lot of work in the training pitch.
Yes, it was a tough ask for the young man coming into that number 10 jersey. But he did well in patches, went missing for a few moments in that game. But Avish Kahira knew that he needed to be in that first receiver position more often than not. And take a bow the front row of Isipathana, who conceded maybe strength if not size to Trinity. And Manusha Silva was not able to operate in the same way he did earlier on in the tournament. And Herath Rajapaksa, the man of the match, and Jayasinghe, if you could give it to all three of them, we would. Jubilant scenes here at the Royal College Sports Complex. All the smiles on the green-shirted faces. Many of the Trinity support will shake their heads and ponder what might have been as they do that long drive back to Kandy. But it was a final that was worth every rupee you paid to witness it. And wherever you are in the world, whether your team has won or lost, you have to appreciate the skill and gladiatorship of all 46 players really, who took the field today.
Absolutely. The two squads making their alma maters proud, making their jerseys proud, and they weren't going to stop until the long whistle. Although the long whistle did come a little after. Trinidadians will wonder what if, but they need to be very, very proud of the performance of this young team, Chanaka. They've come here and they've matched up against a side who's been in finals, who knows how to win these finals, and they've put up a really stupendous performance to make sure that they had a chance up until that very last moment. But unfortunately, that experience, the know-how of keeping it together up until that long whistle, paving way for Isipathana to clinch their 15th knockout trophy.
Well, it is a skill set, isn't it, Sudarshana? The ability to win finals, the ability to pull through in close games. It is experience. It is being around people who've done it. Around maybe the likes of Shahid Zumri, who was back in the training squad after finishing his national duties, was around that squad, was able to impart his experience. And just the likes of Navin Kanishka and Shahid Zumri, who were able to marshal these backs. And now we're ready for the presentation. Well, full-time scores there, confirmation, 12 points to 9. Isipathana not needing to take that final conversion because the crowd certainly did prevent it in their joy spilling over onto the field. So we weren't able to see the full-time whistle, but both teams accepting that that was the final score, 12 points to 9, 9 points to 7 for the last 15 minutes or so of that game. Trinity with a spectacular drop goal from Shan Altaf, getting a lead of 9 points to 7 after Isipathana had scored early on. Here's highlights of the second half. Tinetha Durangoda outstanding in the lineouts, under severe pressure in the front. Isipathana forward back tried manfully, and that was the penalty that Shrayan Satish Kumar gave away. And that was the intercept from Shan Altaf, and all the Trinity supporters the world over thought that he had managed to get in for that try. He did too. But Ravin Alexander remembered the penalty that was given away, conferred with his referee, and this is where, on the 40-meter mark, straight out in front, he thumps it and thumps it hard straight through the middle. You can see the jubilation, and that was that inside ball, a beautiful angle from Kodituaku. He still had plenty to do. Once again, it was Satish Kumar, and he deserves an honorable mention for the amount of work that he's put in today in defense. Made the tackle, but it was a despairing tackle. It was just not enough between him and Ishara Premachandra to keep Kodituaku off the try line.
Jubilation for Tinetha Durangoda, the skipper of the Isipathana outfit. Both these teams have taken a liking to each other. 9 points to 12 versus the final score. 2 Amana Brank tries for Isipathana, making the difference between the losers and the winners of Dialog Schools Rugby Knockouts. 2 penalties for Trinity, and Shan Altaf's drop goal got them 9 points. Player of the match, Swiss Tech Player of the Match, Setum Rajapaksa, for his incredible work rate throughout the game, despite being a big man, managing to put up an incredible performance to clinch the Swiss Tech Player of the Match. Honorable mention to Yuvindu Kodituaku as well, the game winner, game changer for Isipathana in that final minutes.
And of course, I think Shrayan Satish Kumar also from the defensive end for Trinity College deserves a mention, as does the captain, and of course the man who has all the points for Trinity College in what has become a familiar outing for him. 2 penalties and a drop goal for Shan Altaf, and a try that might just have been but wasn't to be this year. Well, here are the timelines of what we have to look forward to. The Dialog Schools Rugby Knockout Tournament 2025. That's been done and dusted. And the Dialog Schools Rugby League 2025 is what we're looking at. The first round will begin on the 6th of June. So just a couple of weeks, and it'll go on till the 6th of July. And the second round will begin on the 18th of July to the 10th of August. So this really sets things up nicely for the league, doesn't it, Sudarshana? Some outstanding rugby that we have seen, and the other teams will be looking at these 2 finalists and knowing exactly what kind of rugby they will need to play to beat these top 2 teams.
Yes, these 2 teams have had extra game to showcase, and that at that intensity, so people will know what they bring on to the table as well. But the other teams, they will focus and make sure first step everybody will want to try and target the cup plate bowl segments. Shanaka, you will want to strategize and place yourselves in a position to try and have some silverware at the end of the season. Only 2 from each group will move on to the cup segment, and 2 to the plate, and then 2 to bowl.
Also gives coaches a lot of time to experiment, a bit of time also to maybe blood younger players, so that this might be an interesting format for the future of schools rugby, just to get more depth into all these squads. So we await the presentation ceremony on the grounds. The rain has put a little bit of a delaying tactic on that. But what a game, Sudarshan. I know it's not the result you would have wanted, being a former Trinityan, but you can't argue with the quality of rugby that was dished out by both teams today.
Oh, absolutely. As a lover of the game, Shanaka, you cannot not appreciate the quality of the game that we witnessed, and it bodes really well for the future of Sri Lankan rugby as well when you see this quality in the school system. Yes, there could have been improvements as we take a look at the league groups. St. Peter's, DSRK, Wesley College, Science College, the Antonians and Ananda in Group A. This is going to be an interesting group. Who will come out as the top two guns from that is going to be a question. Pete Wrights, traditionally the defending league champions, will want to make sure that they put their best foot forward despite all the distractions that surround them. DSRK College and Wesley College have showcased that they are up for the fight as well, becoming semi-finalists in this competition as well. In Group B, Isipathana College now have one piece of silverware already in their cabinet. They will aim for that second. They will want that third as well when it comes to sevens. St. Thomas's showcase very good structure going into that tournament. The semi-finals, Shanak and also Zahira's outing against Trinity showcase the quality that they will present as well. Group C, Royal College, Trinity College, both doing well in this competition. Royal bowing out of the semis and Trinity coming into the finals will be favourites to try and finish on top in that group. But Vidyarth and St. Joseph's will have taken a long, hard look at how they played the pre-quarters, and they will want to work well towards becoming the top two.
Well, yes, it's plenty of permutations. Of course, time will tell how these things will turn out. Wesley College, Science College will be knocking on the door of the cup competition, as will Zahira College, who may be one of the favourites as well to go through. And don't discount Kingswood. We saw what they did against Royal College earlier on in this competition, and they will certainly be a sight to behold when they come into the league competition fresh and fit. Royal Trinity, that is always going to be a clash that makes everyone's mouths water. And St. Joseph's, let's see what they can come up with in the dying stages of the competition. Lots to go on in these league groups, and we are expecting the presentation to be ready, and it is now. This was a road to that Dialog Trophy knockout final. The President's Trophy taken home by Isipathana, just a short 138 bus ride away from this Royal College Sports Complex. For Trinity, it's on the number 1 bus all the way back to Pallekele. But my goodness, they played their part in this final, didn't they? Royal College and Isipathana faced off in that semi-final. Another superb game not to be missed. DSRK also played their part against Royal, and Wesley their part against Isipathana in the quarterfinals. And Zahira getting a bye after the withdrawal of St. Peter's College, and Trinity and St. Thomas as a precursor to the Canon R.S. Tiseram Trophy, which was a very competitive quarterfinal as well. And then Trinity having the better of Zahira, a less competitive semi-final, but Zahira having some moments of magic in that game as well. But coming into the final, it was the battle-hardened Isipathana, who already had 2 tough games against Wesley and Royal behind them, that managed to squeeze out the last drop from the orange as they take home that Dialog Schools President's Trophy knockout tournament.
Well, it's ironic, isn't it, Shanaka? 9 points to 12, the score, the difference 3 points, a penalty which Isipathana refused to take in the first half, which Isipathana tried taking in the second without success, but they win by 3 points. What we'll do now is we'll cross over to the long-awaited awards ceremony.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, as we bring an exciting day of rugby to a close, it's time to recognize and celebrate the talents and the skills showcased by up-and-coming, the younger rugbyrites here in Sri Lanka. As a testament to its nurturing commitment in instilling the power and supporting the up-and-coming young sporting talents here in Sri Lanka and empowering the champions of tomorrow, Dialog Asiata PLC, Sri Lanka's #1 connectivity provider and prolific supporter of sports, proudly presents Dialog Rugby Knockouts 2025. So ladies and gentlemen, we honor the several distinguished guests with us today to help us present the awards here at these finals of the Dialog Rugby Knockouts 2025, the President's Trophy. So let us now move on with the official awards presentation. We have got 2 sets of awards being presented. To do the honors, first, can we have on stage Mr. Buddhika Attanayaka, Deputy President, Sri Lanka Schools Rugby Football Association, Mr. Nirodha Vijayarama, Tournament Secretary, Sri Lanka Schools Rugby Football Association, Mr. Chanaka Dhananjaya, Treasurer, Sri Lanka Schools Rugby Football Association, Mr. Chanaka Gunasekara, Managing Director, Uswatha Confectionery Works, Mr. Udara Achalanka, Senior Branding Manager, IDEX, Ms. Himpa Gunawardana, Marketing Manager, Ceylon Agro Industries, Mr. D.P. Udavathage, Principal, Isipathana College, and Mr. Ananda Marasinghe, Deputy Principal, Trinity College. Can we have the presentation party lining up on the stage, please, as soon as possible, as we are getting ready for the presentation of medals for the runners-up. It has been an exciting and enthralling day of rugby, competed by the defending champions Isipathana and Trinity. Right, we are ready to present medals for the runners-up. Can we have Mr. Udara Achalanka, Senior Branding Manager, IDEX, along with Ms. Himpa Gunawardana, Marketing Manager, Ceylon Agro Industries, and Mr. Nirodha Vijayarama, Tournament Secretary, Sri Lanka Schools Rugby Football Association, along with the Principal of the champion team. Ladies and gentlemen, Mr. D.P. Udavathage, Principal of Isipathana College, stepping forward, please. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome the runners-up, Trinity College. Can we all put our hands together one more time and give it for Trinity College, the runners-up of Dialog Schools Rugby Knockouts 2025. And now we are ready to present the champions medals. Thank you very much, the presentation party. Can we have with us Mr. Buddhika Attanayaka, Deputy President, Sri Lanka Schools Rugby Football Association, along with Treasurer, Sri Lanka Schools Rugby Football Association, Mr. Chanaka Dhananjaya, and Mr. Chanaka Gunasekara, Managing Director, Uswatha Confectionery Works, along with the Principal of the runners-up team, the Principal of Trinity College. Can we have Mr. Anand Marasinghe stepping forward, please? Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome the champion team, the defending champions and champions of Dialog Schools Rugby Knockouts 2025, Isipathana! Dialog Schools Rugby Knockouts 2025, Isipathana. Thank you very much, the presentation party. You are kindly requested to step down from the stage now as we invite our next set of presenters on stage. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome the Honorable Premier, Dr. Harini Amarasuriya, Acting Secretary to the Ministry of Education, Mr. Amal Edrisuriya, Director, Group Chief Executive of Dialog Asiada PLC, Mr. Supun Veerasinghe, President of the Sri Lanka Schools Rugby Football Association and Additional Secretary to the Ministry of Education, Mr. Kamal Aryasinghe, Mr. Harsha Samaranayaka, Vice President Brand and Media, Dialog Asiada PLC, Mrs. T. Dikkumara, Additional Secretary to the Ministry of Education, and Mr. Manuja Nimmana, Secretary of the Sri Lanka Schools Rugby Football Association. Can we have the dignitaries taking your stances on the main stage as we are ready for the victory ceremony here at Dialog Schools Rugby Knockouts 2025. Dialog empowering the champions of tomorrow. Right, ladies and gentlemen, the first award to be presented. We have the best player of the match. And the award will be presented by Mr. Kamal Aryasinghe, President of the Sri Lanka Schools Rugby Association, and the Additional Secretary to the Ministry of Education. The reward check will be presented by the Additional Secretary to the Ministry of Education, Mrs. T. Dikumbura. Ladies and gentlemen, here at Dialog Schools Rugby Knockouts 2025, Dialog Best Player of the Match, Sethum Rajapaksa of Isipathana College. Sethum Rajapaksa of Isipathana College, Dialog Best Player of the Match here at Dialog Schools Rugby Knockouts 2025. Right, next can we have to present the runners-up trophy, Mr. Supun Veerasinghe, Group Chief Executive of Dialog ASEAN PLC, and the reward check will be presented by Mr. Amal Edrisuriya, Acting Secretary to the Ministry of Education. Can we have the two gentlemen stepping forward, please? Ladies and gentlemen, the runners-up here at Dialog Schools Rugby Knockouts 2025. Please welcome one more time, Trinity College. Well done. Congratulations, everyone. Come on, do it for Trinity College, the runners-up in a Dialog Schools Rugby Knockouts 2025. Thank you very much, gentlemen. All right. After more than 1 month of enthralling rugby, we have come to the final days of play where we got two of the best teams knocking each other out to be crowned as the champions here at Schools Rugby Knockouts, Dialog Schools Rugby Knockouts 2025. It's time to crown the champions. Can we have Honorable Premier Dr. Harini Amarasuriya stepping forward, please, along with Mr. Supun Veerasinghe, Group Chief Executive of Dialog ASEAN PLC, Mr. Kamal Arya Singha, President of the Sri Lanka Schools Rugby Football Association and Additional Secretary to the Ministry of Education, and Mr. Amal Edrisuriya, Acting Secretary, Ministry of Education. Can we have three of you stepping forward, please? Ladies and gentlemen, would like to call upon only the captain to come up on stage to receive the Champions Trophy. Ladies and gentlemen, Dialog Schools Rugby Knockouts 2025, the undisputed champions, Isipathana College.
I've made a few. I've had my shell smack into my breast. Like a blue.
Isipathana one more time.
Isipathana College, marshaled by Tinetra Durangura, the Green Machine, have come on top of this clash of titans here at the Royal Complex. Brilliant moments here for the lads in green. These are moments that they will remember for a lifetime. These are moments they will talk about to their grandchildren. What a game of rugby we witnessed, and ultimately Isipathana becoming the champions, but rugby was the winner. some of these young lads from Isipathana couldn't be a part of this due to injuries, and boy oh boy, the teammates have made sure that they can celebrate at the end, hoisting up the Dialog Schools Rugby Knockouts Championship Trophy for the second year running. For the 15th time, the Green Machine are the champions. Congratulations to Coach Danushka Buteju, Chanaka Chandimal, who had to do a lot of work, a lot of setting up work to make sure that they have a formidable outfit. Yet again, the Greens showing that it's a team game, and when a team comes together, they will take home the plum. The final score sheet and the key stats: Trinity 9, Isipathana 12. 2 Amana bag tries from Yovindu Kodituaku, who was wonderful for Isipathana. 1 conversion from Avishka Hiran was 2 greater than Shan Altaf's 2 penalties and a drop goal. Setum Rajapaksa, the Isipathana prop forward, was the Swiss Tech player of the match, and that brings us to a close of a historic final here at the Royal Complex. We really do hope that you enjoyed the broadcast as much as we enjoyed bringing it to you. I'm Sudarshan Peris, signing off alongside Shanak Amarasinghe and the Papare production and the technical crews. Until we meet you next time, sharing the passion.
Park Avenue, long-lasting fragrance, unshakable
Stand by for opener.
Sri Lanka's #1 sports channel, ThePapare.
3, 2, 1, roll.
ඉතින් ශ්‍රී ලංකාවේ අංකික ක්‍රීඩා නාලිකාව ThePapare සමග.
Welcome back to ThePapare.
Welcome to the live broadcast from ThePapare.
Good luck, guys. Good luck, everyone.
ThePapare, Sri Lanka's #1 television sports channel.
ඉන්ජෙක්ෂන් එක. බයද? ඒවටත් බෙහෙත් අපි ළඟ තියෙනවා. ඉඳගන්න.
උස්වත්ත පවුලින් හඳුන්වා දෙන රස ඇබ්බැහිය චර්පි චිප්ස් රිදෙන්න දැනෙන රස තව ඉන්ජෙක්ෂනයක් ගහමුද
නව රෙක්සෝනා ස්පෝර්ට්ස් ඩිෆෙන්ස් 72 hours order protection සමගින් පිරිමින් සඳහාමයි.
විහිළු නෙමේ ටෝකියෝ සුපර් ඕන වැඩකට සුපර්.
Park Avenue, long-lasting fragrance, unshakable confidence.
Keep sweating. Keep pushing the limits. Keep stepping up your game. Keep shining. Keep rising. No matter what your fitness goal is, we are always there by you, with you. Iodex. Get. Spray. Go.
ඉන්ජෙක්ෂන් එක. බයද? ඒවටත් බෙහෙත් අපි ළඟ තියෙනවා. ඉඳගන්න.
උස්වත්ත පවුලින් හඳුන්වා දෙන රස ඇබ්බැහිය චර්පි චිප්ස් රිදෙන්න දැනෙන රස තව ඉන්ජෙක්ෂනයක් ගහමුද
Park Avenue, long-lasting fragrance, unshakable confidence. Park Avenue, long-lasting fragrance, unshakable confidence.
Last a lifetime. Nippon Cement.
Creamy richness redefined. Smooth, soft, spreadable. Introducing Fondre with canola and sunflower oil.
Our mountains are majestic. They can be life-giving. Some are even sacred, and their heights bear marks of our heritage. Our mountains elevate us. To us, they are ever inspiring.
Bring that inspiration home. Lanka Tiles. Fine living. Redefined.
රුපියල් 50 වැලිබන් සේවරි පොඩ්ඩෝ එක මැච් එකට සෙට් වෙන්න.
නව රෙක්සෝනා ස්පෝර්ට්ස් ඩිෆෙන්ස් 72 hours order protection සමගින් පිරිමින් සඳහාමයි.
Seat car radials. The road is yours.
ඉන්ජෙක්ෂන් එක. බයද? ඒවටත් බෙහෙත් අපි ළඟ තියෙනවා. ඉඳගන්න.
උස්වත්ත පවුලින් හඳුන්වා දෙන රස ඇබ්බැහිය චර්පි චිප්ස් රිදෙන්න දැනෙන රස තව ඉන්ජෙක්ෂනයක් ගහමුද
Park Avenue, long-lasting fragrance, unshakable confidence.
Maliban lemon puff puff, lemon puff, Maliban lemon puff. Hamasitakma pipide, rasa lemon rasa ye. Jeevithayama mihirai, Maliban lemon puff puff, lemon puff, Maliban lemon puff, Maliban lemon puff, chilven lemon. Nava Rexona Sports Defense 72 hours order protection සමගින් පිරිමින් සඳහාමයි.
ලස්සන පල්ලෝකේ කොත්තුමි සරවිහිතේ හික්කක සිත බැඳා මාතේ ෆයිවල් ෆැෂන් අපේ හිටක බදේ හොටේ හොටස් spicy guess my Prima Kutumi Fun Tamai
Saratama enjoy කරන්න party එකට go
Night Go Pocket Perfume Youth එකට go එකක්.
එක පැත්තකින් වාගෙනදී තව පැත්තකින් මතුවෙනවා. මේ ටයිල් එක බෑ. දෙක තුනක් කැරිලත් එක්ක. චමරි අක්කා.
ජීවිත කාලය පුරාම අල්ලන් ඉන්න නම් ටයිල් අල්ලන්න ඕන ස්විස් ටෙක් ටයිල් ඇඩිසිව්.
ස්විස් ටෙක් ටයිල් ඇඩිසිව් අල්ලන්න හොඳම කෙනා.
Seat Car Radials. The road is yours.
නව රෙක්සෝනා ස්පෝර්ට්ස් ඩිෆෙන්ස් 72 hours order protection සමගින් පිරිමින් සඳහාමයි.
වතුරත් ලීක් වෙලා. ස්ලැබ් එකත් ඉවරයි. බලන්නකො දැන් සාලේ කැත. චමරි.
ස්විස් ටෙක් ඇක්වාෂීල්ඩ් 2K waterproof දැම්මා නම් වතුර කාන්දු වෙන්නෙත් නෑ. හිතටත් නිදහස්.
ස්විස් ටෙක් ඇක්වාෂීල්ඩ් 2K waterproofer සීල් කරන්න හොඳම කෙනා.
Park Avenue, long-lasting fragrance, unshakable confidence.
එක පැත්තකින් වාගෙනදී තව පැත්තකින් මතුවෙනවා. මේ ටයිල් එක බෑ. දෙක තුනක් කැරිලත් එක්ක. චමරි අක්කා.
ජීවිත කාලය පුරාම අල්ලන් ඉන්න නම් ටයිල් අල්ලන්න ඕන ස්විස් ටෙක් ටයිල් ඇඩිසිව්.
ස්විස් ටෙක් ටයිල් ඇඩිසිව් අල්ලන්න හොඳම කෙනා.
නව රෙක්සෝනා ස්පෝර්ට්ස් ඩිෆෙන්ස් 72 hours order protection සමගින් පිරිමින් සඳහාමයි.
your dreams, achieve your goals. With every step, let your story unfold. In this world you will shine. Just believe it's your time. Sky is the ultimate limit. Never can you stop any day.
Chase your dream career with eSoft Metro Campus.
Now a summer refresh when the train gotta go.
Night Go Pocket Perfume Youth එකට go එකක්.
කොහෙන් හරි කමන්නේ ෆොටෝ එක තිබ්බනම් මට මේ බිත්තිය කැත වහගන්න තිබ්බා.
චමරි අක්කා.
බිත්තියට ස්විස් ටෙක් ස්කිම් කෝඩ් ගාලා ෆිනිෂ් කළා නම් ඔය ප්‍රශ්න මුකුත් නෑ.
ස්විස් ටෙක් ස්කිම් කෝට් ෆිනිෂ් එකට හොඳම කෙනා.
Seat Car Radials. The road is yours.
නව රෙක්සෝනා ස්පෝර්ට්ස් ඩිෆෙන්ස් 72 hours order protection සමගින් පිරිමින් සඳහාමයි.
ලස්සන පල්ලෝකේ කොත්තුමි සරවිහිතේ හික්ක සිත බැන්දා ෆයිනල් ෆැෂන් අපේ
හිටක බදේ වටේ
හොටල් ස්පයිසි guess my Prima Kutumi Fun Tamai
Saratama enjoy කරන්න party එකට go.
Night Go Pocket Perfume Youth එකට go එකක්.
හරි. ඉන්ජෙක්ෂන් එක.
බයද? ඒවටත් බෙහෙත් අපි ළඟ තියෙනවා. ඉඳගන්න.
උස්වත්ත පවුලින් හඳුන්වා දෙන රස ඇබ්බැහිය චර්පි චිප්ස් රිදෙන්න දැනෙන රස. මේ තව ඉන්ජෙක්ෂන් එකක් ගහමුද? නව රෙක්සෝනා ස්පෝර්ට්ස් ඩිෆෙන්ස් 72 hours order protection සමගින් පිරිමින් සඳහාමයි.
වතුරත් ලීක් වෙලා. ස්ලැබ් එකත් ඉවරයි. බලන්නකො දැන් සාලේ කැත. චමරි.
ස්විස් ටෙක් ඇක්වාෂීල්ඩ් 2K waterproof දැම්මා නම් වතුර කාන්දු වෙන්නෙත් නෑ. හිතටත් නිදහස්.
ස්විස් ටෙක් ඇක්වාෂීල්ඩ් 2K waterproofer සීල් කරන්න හොඳම කෙනා.
නව රෙක්සෝනා ස්පෝර්ට්ස් ඩිෆෙන්ස් 72 hours order protection සමගින් පිරිමින් සඳහාමයි.
Park Avenue. Long-lasting fragrance. Unshakable confidence.
Seat Car Radials. The road is yours.
Follow your dreams, achieve your goals. With every step, let your story unfold. In this world you will shine, just believe it's your time. Sky is the ultimate limit, never can you stop any day.
Chase your dream career with eSoft Metro Campus.
Park Avenue. Long-lasting fragrance. Unshakable confidence.
Now Rexona Sports Defense 72 hours order protection සමගින් පිරිමින් සදාමයි.
Now summer refresh when the train gotta go.
At night go. Pocket perfume. Youth ekata go ekak.
කොහෙන් හරි කමන්නේ ෆොටෝ එක තිබ්බනම් මට මේ බිත්තිය කැත වහගන්න තිබ්බා.
චම්මරි අක්කා.
පිත්තියට ස්විස්ටෙක් ස්කිම් කෝඩ් ගාලා ෆිනිෂ් කළා නම් ඔය ප්‍රශ්න මුකුත් නැහැ.
Swisstex Skim Coat finish එකට හොඳම කෙනා. Now Rexona Sports Defense 72 hours order protection සමගින් පිරිමින් සදාමයි.